Okay, let me go into this fancy folder called the DM folder, and there's nothing in there that I need. It looks like that's good. So where do I this overview? Ah, here we go. Okay, cool. So you guys are already on. You've been hired. Hang on.
We've been hired to slaughter orphans.
You've been hired to defeat the Jedi and bring peace to the Force.
But the Jedi are supposed to bring peace for
Your
the
leader,
Force.
Harry Potter,
God.
has decided that, and this is no longer a module. Um, okay. So, in the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver, a couple of days' travel southeast of the city. Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brother had found something big and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post that's in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on a horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. And then here's the map.
Taking care of business.
Depending how far you're zoomed in on the map, you may have to scroll down a little bit, but you could see the path, the high road that you left Neverwinter. Oops, I'm drawing a line instead of using a ruler. So you guys left Neverwinter and traveled down, and then you're going to travel east over to Phandelver, and then south to Phandelver. So, as you guys are traveling, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce your characters and kind of talk about how you guys know each other and how you kind of ended up on this, being hired for this trip. And then we can start with Valentine. You can go first.
All right. As you know, I'm a tiefling, rogue, and then I'm on this trip just to find my sister. We were orphans. Um, we were horribly mistreated, and my sister was sold as a slave. I ended up picking the lock off my cell to look for her. I was almost killed, but a bunch of thieves and smugglers took me in and showed me how to learn how to gather information, smuggle, and steal. So I'm just on this trip, smuggling some contraband to another city.
What's your sister's name?
Jules.
Perfect. Ysira, why don't you talk a little bit about your
Oh
character?
gosh. So actually, she has a kind of similar backstory to Valentine. Um, she doesn't remember much before the age of 10 or really anything. She woke up within the halls of a thieves guild, and they raised her and trained her. Became pretty obvious that stealing wasn't her bag, but she's pretty good at um, placing the blame on everybody else but uh, the guild that she works for. So she works pretty well as a blackmailer. Um, this is her first chance to kind of get out of the city, and explore a little bit. They're trusting her to extend their business dealings further out. So she's looking for new hires, basically.
So you're out recruiting for this kind of thieves guild
Mm-hmm.
that you're part of.
Yep.
All right. Ugaha. Let's talk a little about who and what you are.
Ugaha is a goblin from the northern mountains. As a kid, he learned how to read, which turned out to be the greatest crime you could ever commit in his tribe. And so he got beat and exiled. When he was about to starve to death, a lonely human walked up to him and took pity on him. That person is considered Human to Uhaha. And Uhaha has learned from this human how to actually fight and interact with people, though Human has distorted a few of his stories. For example, whenever he meets somebody, he always flicks them off because he believes that there is a kind greeting. So they went to Neverwinter to get Uhaha accustomed to people. So Human sent him on to this mission to make some friends and to get more acquainted with normal interactions with everyday people. Am I supposed to tell what he looks like?
Yeah, you can
Oh
describe
yeah, I
him,
forgot to do that.
what he is.
Ughaha is 3 feet 2 inches. His skin looks like he has rocks that are actually embedded into his body. His face has 4 large gouges across it, obviously from times when he was actually part of his old tribe. His hands and feet are quite large compared to other goblins. That is a trait from his tribe as well. His skin is a reddish gray, and he has oily black hair and 1 yellow eye and 1 red eye. The end.
Such a happy goblin you are.
I am. Hey, I am a looker. I tell you what.
Gersh, let's talk a little bit about who and what you are.
Gersh is a half orc from the south. He is effectively here because he's interested in seeing the world. It's part of the reason he took up work as a guide. Although being as young as he is and not particularly well traveled, he doesn't always know where he's going. So he's sort of joined onto this as a as a sort of guide for work and his own sort of objectives, I guess. Although he probably wouldn't use that word. He's generally curious and more than a little I guess chipper. But of course, being a half orc, he doesn't really necessarily understand all the social niceties. And he also tends to forget that not everybody's as strong as he is.
Oh no.
He's also the worst travel agent ever.
I mean, if he gets lost, that's just more stuff to see, right?
Yeah, it's true. Never actually lost if you're on an adventure.
What does Gersh look like?
Gersh is about 6.5 feet tall. He's carries around a big looking battle axe, or not battle axe, great axe. And general, normal greenish tint to his complexion, as is fairly common among his kind. Black hair, gray eyes. Um, he looks more intimidating than he probably is.
He is 4 feet taller than Yas.
That's a difference. And last but not least, Osiris.
Osiris was raised in a orc fighting pit. He was pretty much used as a sparring dummy. He would be tied to a post and beat relentlessly. Upon the 15th birthday of Osiris, his orc captors were raided by a group of paladins from the god Bahamut. They raided the camp, killed all the orcs, and released the prisoners. However, he did not want to leave. He wanted to go with the paladins. He stayed among the paladins for many years, training among their ways, and finally left their organization to see the world. Osiris stands at about 6'3", 6'5" in his armor. Years training among their ways. Speaking of his armor, he is head to toe in chainmail, a shield, and his tabard are emblazoned with the symbol of Bahamut. Ta-da!
Very nice. I know that Yaz didn't have a chance or didn't describe her character. Did you want to take the chance to do that real quick?
Sure. I don't think Valentine did either.
Yep.
Beyond.
No, I didn't
Oh.
either.
I'll have both of you guys do that.
So Yazira is a halfling. She is pretty young. She's 16. She is 2'6". Pretty wiry, thin. She has curly, dark hair that she keeps kind of in a half up do kind of thing. And if you look closely, you can see little bits of metal sticking in it, which is her lockpicks, which she hides as hairpins.
Very cool. Valentine, why don't you describe what you look like?
All right. I'm a tiefling. I'm a dark red colored skin, golden yellow eyes, a wide smirk on his face at all times, and a little bit of a goatee.
Very cool. Gersh, I see your roll. Just 1 minute, and I will, I'll let you know what Gersh knows or does not know. So, you've spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east along the Tribor Trail. So, to know where you are, you guys are kind of heading east along this the little dotted area down here. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be very dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. Now, as far as the, you guys are traveling on a cart that's being pulled by 2 oxen. It's filled with provisions that were given to you by Gundren Rockseeker. One of you guys will need to kind of drive the oxen, and then the rest of you guys can kind of position yourselves otherwise. So you guys can talk amongst yourselves how you guys are set up.
Does anybody have land vehicles?
The cart doesn't need to have a roll. Basically, all you need to do is just hold the reins of the oxen to make sure they're going the way they need to go. There isn't much to it otherwise.
Osiris would probably be.
No,
No, I don't think you need to roll at all. You just need to hold.
Okay.
them.
yeah.
Osiris should probably be down by the side of the cart, walking along it.
I guess Yaz will hold the reins. Heaven forbid something happen, because she'll just go off with the oxen. You'll never see her again.
And she's gone. All right, so Cyrus is walking next
There's
to
like
it.
a sack of flowers that she's sitting on so that she can see.
And then Valentine's just laying against one of the backs, just with his head down and his eyes closed.
So you're in the cart as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugg will probably be walking next to the cart and just watching the wheels, because he's never actually seen these things work.
They're round and they roll forward. And then
Witchcraft.
Gersh, where are you at?
Gersh would be walking out front.
Okay, kind of ticking point.
Yep.
Perfect.
Although he's still not entirely sure where he's going.
Yeah, with your roll, so you're pretty sure that you guys made the correct like turn to go east, but from here, you're not entirely sure. You're hoping you might see a sign that kind of might tell you where to go from here.
I suppose I probably should have rolled survival, but I wasn't entirely sure which one to pick.
Yeah, with the wisdom, I was assuming like you're from the south, so you had to come up this way at some point anyway. So that's why it's kind of like you kind of know where you are right now, but you're not really sure where to go from here. So
Survival is wisdom based too.
Yep. So yeah, I guess you would add whatever.
You would add 2.
So yeah, 12 then. Which still same kind of rolls for that. So perfect. Let's see. Yeah, the 2 oxen are pulling the cart. The wagon is packed full of an assortment of supplies. Lots of different like mining stuff. It seems like. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so you have been on the trail for about a half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you. They are blocking the path. Each has... Wait, hang on. Yeah, okay, you do notice that each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of them. The woods press close to the trail here with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. And then that will take you guys to the correct map for this. Hang on.
Zira is like kind of half standing up like a meerkat, like looking around.
Actually, I didn't measure
Does she need
this
a box?
Oh, well, I'm...
She has a bag of flour.
There you go.
I already said that.
Can you guys see the map?
Yep.
Yep, sir.
You guys can see the dead horses.
Sir.
And
Yeah.
I didn't measure it, but amazingly, it's about 50 feet. So that's kind of cool.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, they didn't give me this map. It even says in the notes that this map isn't been created. You can create it if you want to. I was like, okay, well, I'll create it then. Anyway, what would you guys like to do?
Upon seeing the horses, Ughaha is like, food! And starts running over to it.
Oh. No, don't.
Okay.
Stop.
So, Ugg is on his way. So we're going to put you right here for now. What is everybody else doing?
Gersh looks slightly little confused. Those don't belong there. I want him to like basically try and look around to see if there's anything else that's sort of out of place.
Yeah, you can roll a perception check if you want to kind of take a peek. Okay. Oops, let me pop this out so I don't have to keep it on my screen anymore. Oops. Oh, yeah, I'm looking for tokens. Sorry. Where is everything I need?
Hiding in the tree.
Apparently, it's not there. So we're going to have to do it this way. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure with a 17. Okay. Sorry, had to clear my throat. You notice that there is a rustling in the bushes, kind of south of you here. So you do kind of, you can kind of assume that something might be amiss. But before you react to it, is there anything anyone else was doing?
Yes, I was going to jump out the back of the cart
Okay.
to get down, to get on the ground or whatever.
Are you going to remain back there? Or do you want to move around or anything?
Nope, I'm remaining back there.
Okay. And then Osiris, you said as you're kind of like sticking up and looking around.
Mhm.
Has Yuzira stopped in the cart yet?
Yeah, I would have pulled back.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna move up next to Grush.
Gersh.
It's kind of like you just got punched in the stomach. Grush.
Yeah, something like that.
Alright, cool. Move up there and look around.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, if I could roll a perception.
Harsh.
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll along with them.
Yeah.
If 14. Oh, I need to set up my rolls.
Oh, I probably should roll a perception too, since she's kind of looking.
Advantage toggle.
Yeah, you can roll 2, yes.
Whisper.
I don't get to. I'm focused on the horses. It's food.
Hey, that's not bad. That's higher than anything I rolled the last time we played.
Okay. Yaz, you don't really notice anything, but you notice Gersh probably peeking to the south there, kind of looking. Osiris, the same kind of thing. Valentine, you don't notice anything going on like behind the cart or anywhere near you there. But it does obviously seem like something is amiss. Ughaha, you are able to get to the horses. Is there anything you would like to do?
I'd like to start gnawing on one of the hind legs.
You are in fact gnawing on one of the horses. To note, the horses don't look like they've been dead for a super long time, so they're still kind of fresh. But at this point,
Well, that makes it a little better.
but at this point, everybody can. Well, actually, hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to follow this this module thing here, and it's been. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed. Close this. Okay. So, Ughaha, you hear the twang of some bows. Where is the character sheet? It's like not letting me pull the character sheet up for what I need. I don't know why. Let's try this. No? Okay. What the heck, man? Click, drag. No. Maybe I have to do this. Oh, there we go. Now it works. Okay, I got it. Yay. This thing's a lot more high tech than I thought it was going to be. Okay. So yeah, you hear the twang of bows and some arrows. 3 arrows are going to fly at you, Ugh, kind of right as you start gnawing on the bow. And or the horse. Oh, I don't know why it's whispering to me. Hang on a second. I don't want to whisper rolls. Let's re-roll that. Actually, no, we'll just say that one misses because he rolled a 7. And then 2 more. So one of the arrows are going to kind of sink into you for 3 damage. And one thing you notice is that these arrows look exactly like the arrows that are in the horse. At this point, you guys can roll initiative.
In response to getting hit, can I hiss at the person?
You absolutely can hiss at the person.
Thank you.
Yeah, as you didn't click your character. I've seen those goblins before.
Yep, standard normal goblins everyone always sees. All right,
Why do
initiative.
I roll so low on my initiatives every fucking time?
What is
Oh, good. That's better.
that shouldn't be there. Was yours? It was better the first time.
You input the first one.
Yeah.
Don't use the second one.
I am.
Oh, it's fine. Whatever.
Like Gersh has a 12, not a 19.
Actually, that works out perfectly because that's the goblin you heard, Gersh. That's why that one didn't get a surprise round as well, because you kind of heard it. So it noticed you noticing it, kind of thing. So Gersh, you can go ahead and go first.
Well, Gersh. Oh, it's whatever.
What?
I've got a lower initiative than Shady.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I forgot the dexterity thing.
Yep.
Well, whoever, that's kind of how it works. So whoever wants to go first can go.
Okay. Well, then Gersh is going to go ahead, since he was looking over here. He's gonna shout out, horse murderers! And he's gonna go after this guy. I'm assuming that's a rock I can't go through.
Correct. He's taking cover behind it.
We're gonna try and hit this guy.
$15 does in fact hit. Oh, geez. That's a lot of damage.
I aimed a little high. Thought he was taller.
Yep. You kind of like clip the side of his head, his jaw, like kind of like ripping open the left side of his mouth, and blood just kind of splatters all over the rock there, but he stays standing. He kind of like stumbles a little bit and then kind of gets back up and begins to try and attack you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's it.
Ukaha. What are you going to do?
First thing I do is take a look at all 4 of them. Are they all male?
Yes. From what you can tell, they are all male.
I'm gonna circle around this rock and attack this guy.
That definitely hits him.
6, and then as a bonus action, I'll do my other attack.
That also hits. So you come around and just you're eye level with this goblin, and you just start unleashing your goblin fists of kicking and just beat this goblin to death. Very violent.
I will do another hiss at this guy then.
That one
just
looks
to
at
know
you.
that he's my next one.
He looks at you and like aims his bow at you as you're hissing at him. Osiris, your party is
I'm going
scattering.
to move up 30 feet to this guy and take a dodge action.
Okay,
So any attacks against me have disadvantage.
perfect. Ysera, what are you going to do?
Is there any way I can see the one that's next to Gersh?
Yeah, you could see him.
Okay.
You could see him. He'll be in half cover for you though, from that
mean,
angle. But you can see him.
Most of my spells are just like they make a save. So.
Oh well, yeah, whatever.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my signature move.
Oh, she's pulling out her
first.
special.
Oh, that's lame. Needs to make a wisdom against my spell DC, which is a 14.
So even if it fails, it still takes at least 6 damage.
It takes 3.
And if it succeeds,
Oh, on a.
does it?
It's supposed to be half damage. I'm not sure. I copied it.
Is it? So basically, it's going to take more than 2 damage whether it succeeds or doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, you kill it.
Okay, cool.
How does dissonant whisper? So like you. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So basically, if you were watching her, which I don't think anyone is, but her eyes would kind of glow purple, and the affected target just kind of starts like clutching their head, and if they, I don't know, do these goblins speak common?
I can look. Probably not. Hang on.
Okay, so then Uhaha maybe would
Oh, it does.
understand
It does speak
that-
common.
They do? Okay,
Yep.
so usually they say like shut up or leave me alone or that sort of thing because the voice that there's a voice that appears in their head that drives them basically insane.
Oh, so this goblin kind of starts losing it in front of you, Gersh, and just kind of like, you know,
Yeah, that's how.
he just like starts like hitting his head on the rock there, and then just kind of falls over. His eyes kind of roll the back of his head.
That works.
Valentine, you're hearing these like screams and yells of combat.
Okay, guess I'll run out here. I don't think I can throw my dagger that far, actually.
No, I think it's well beyond. Isn't it 40-60 or something?
It is 30-60.
Yeah.
So I can't really do much.
All right. So then the goblins, they react. Osiris, this one is going to take your bait, and he is going to run up and attempt to. He kind of throws his short bow down, and he runs at you with a scimitar, and he's going to swing at you with disadvantage.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So a 10, I assume, misses you.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, let me see.
And then the other one is going to shoot a bow at Ugha. Not shoot a bow, shoot an arrow with his bow. A 19.
Just puts a bow in another bow.
Puts a bow in a bow and shoots the bow. So an arrow kind of sinks into you as you're hissing, and he kind of starts loading up another bow. Another arrow.
Loading
Gosh,
another bow.
loads another bow into his bow to get ready to shoot it.
How many hit points do you have?
I have one left. Enough to kill that guy.
Gersh, you just watch this goblin like end itself. What are you gonna do next?
That's a little surprising there. So, but he can. I assume he can hear the continuation of battle going on.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to move on. I'm assuming I can get under the tree.
Yeah, you're under. They're trees, so yeah, the trunk is in the middle, and then everything else is in the air. So
He's going to go assist Osiris.
roll it up.
Oof.
So with the critical fail like that, I'm trying to think of how we're gonna do this. Now, so
Do you have a chart?
well, I'm debating whether I want to use a chart or just kind of go with how I normally do it. But
Just go with how you normally do it.
okay,
No need to break tradition.
yeah, that's true. But I guess there are a few different ways I do it. So you don't hit Osiris, but you
Good, 'cause that would literally knock me unconscious.
well, I was gonna have him like re-roll to see if he hits your AC, but for this one, we're gonna say you swing across and you miss the goblin, and you come up. Your great axe comes around to Osiris, and he reacts and lifts up his own weapon. It knocks your great axe out of your hand, so your great axe kind of goes flipping backwards behind you as you kind of overswing. And Osiris is able to kind of just deflect it away, so you're currently unarmed.
Know your enemy, boy.
Sorry.
Sorry. It won't happen again.
Are you blue thing now?
Oh, that's funny. Ugaha, you and your one hit point, you're hissing at this goblin who's trying to shoot you. What are you gonna do? And also, Strange Side in chat says, guys, wait, a gun that shoots smaller guns. I'm assuming he's making fun of me for calling a bow to shoot a bow. So,
Max, I can agree with you. He is indeed making fun of
yes, was my assumption as well. Let's see. 16 hits for 6 damage. Unfortunately, though, the 14 does not. So that final kick you make just kind of like glance off his shins. And unfortunately, it doesn't do any damage. Ugaha, is that end your turn?
Yeah, that's gonna end my turn.
Cyrus, having just scolded Gersh, what are you gonna do?
We're gonna roll my first damage roll and see if this goes well. First attack roll. That's a death save.
That's a death save. That's not a good sign. That's not a
I
good
just
sign
went
at
for
all.
the shot in the
Wait, are
back.
you dying again?
Shut up. Shut up.
That didn't take long. I gotta clip that and send it to Nick.
Oh, look at that.
There you go. All right, something good. Something good. So yeah, you just
Wow.
like,
What just happened?
Don't worry about it, man.
oh man, you just obliterated Goblin there. Your flail just comes across and catches him in the side of the head, just like caving his head in, and it just kind of like flops into the tree here.
And I'm going to take 30 feet of movement this way.
You can distinguish between us, right?
Well, we'll see.
Roll a history check. Do you remember what
They look
Ugaha looks
completely
like?
different. They have smooth skin. I have rocky skin.
Oh, you a rock goblin?
Not a rock goblin. It's just
Oh.
my tribe.
Like a rock opera.
Yeah, basically.
Did I just skip Ysira? I think I did. Yeah, Osiris, then Ysira. Okay, so yeah, Ysira, what are you gonna do?
So I think I need to move forward a little bit. Do I need to like make an acrobatics check or something to get out of the cart?
No, I think you know how to get in and out of a cart without taking a D of damage.
Okay, I'm gonna move. Hang on, I need to see how far I can go. Hang on, I gotta move the turnover thing out of the way.
Oh, Strange Side, thanks for the follow as well. Appreciate that.
So I can get about there. Which I think should put me close enough. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Uhaha. So
Oh, so Ugaha suddenly feels revitalized. The arrow wounds kind of seal shut. What word do you say, Yes?
So I was thinking it should be. Sorry, hang on.
Get it out.
Ooga, 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 ha ha, ooga, ooga.
Oh my god.
You should get some healing. That's all I got.
You could have a point of inspiration for that one.
Oh yeah, there we go.
You can add that to your character sheet.
Both of my boat.
Can I talk to this
Yeah.
goblin really quick?
You can say one thing if you want, but he may not react yet.
I'm gonna eat your throat. And I'll say that in goblin.
Okay, he reacts. He holds his weapon a little bit higher to hit you with it when it's his turn. Valentine, though, you are up.
Alright, I'm gonna move down here. Can I see the other goblin from where I'm at?
Yeah, you're looking underneath a tree, so or wait, no, well, you're looking through a rock right now, but if you move like a little bit up or down, you can definitely get a clear sight at him. So,
I think
yes.
full movement though.
No, you're good. You can see him. That's fine.
All right, then I'm gonna throw my dagger.
A 7 does not hit. The dagger kind of sails and kind of ricochets off this rock and kind of lands right next to Ugaha. Look out.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Daggers are flying everywhere. Ugaha! The goblin has thrown his bow down. And after you say that to him, he says, "We are friends! Stop!" And he swings a scimitar at you. And he hits you for... You have a 16 AC, right? Yeah. So he hits you for 8 slashing
isn't that
damage.
enough to down him?
Yep.
Oh,
What'd you say?
enough to down him.
KO.
Yeah.
Oh, you're down? Oh, damn. So after he knocks you
One hit
down,
point and he healed 7.
he looks at Ugaha and he just goes, "Oh, we should be friends." And he kind of like looks over at Osiris and he immediately starts booking it. And he starts running through the trees. Not moving very fast. He is very, very injured. So there's like a blood trail leading up. Gersh, what would you like to do?
Oh, so he's just completely gone, right? Oh no, there he is.
He's still on the map, yeah.
So, I don't know if I actually see Uha go down, because there's kind of rocks between us and him, and I'm assuming he's pretty short, so...
Makes
But,
sense.
I just see this, one of these horse murderers running off into the woods, and, my axe wasn't working out for me very well, so I'm gonna pull out a javelin, I'm gonna throw it at him.
What is the range of a javelin?
If you throw it from
That's
there,
30 to 120.
Oh,
you
crap.
will have disadvantage.
So it's disadvantage, yeah. Send it.
If you roll a 1 and hit me, so help me God. You
Oh my god! Oh my god, no! Come on! So, Osiris, what kind of armor are you wearing?
Chainmail.
You have a helmet on?
Yes.
So, you hear Gersh like like this oomph as he just like launches his javelin. And then you hear you hear him go, and you hear him go, "Oh no." And like this javelin, you all of a sudden you just feel like just something just smash into like the side and back of your head, and your helmet just goes cascading through the air with a javelin kind of like diagonally like embedded into it. And your helmet and the javelin kind of land on the ground like right here. You're gonna take one bludgeoning damage from just kind of being cut. Your helmet took most of the blow, but it did kind of cut your head a little bit from it protruding through. I can't believe you rolled 2 crit fails.
He's just gonna, he like sees this happen, and he just sort of like, stops, and he kind of like looks around like,
Do you want to do any movement or anything, or are you good? Are you done?
oh, he'll go over to wherever his axe is.
Just picks up his axe like, oh shit. All right, Ugaha. Let's see a death saving throw.
That's one success.
That it is, right? Yeah, 10.
Is it 10 or higher than 10?
Or is it 11?
I think 10 is the DC.
Is 10 the
10
DC?
is the DC? Okay.
Yeah, let's go with that anyway. Perfect. So you succeed. All right. Do you want to go closer or farther from the light?
I think I'm fine where I am.
All right, perfect. So I want to make sure that was the end of your turn. Osiris, your helmet is on the ground in front of you with a javelin kind of sticking out the side of it.
Osiris is going to move to here and chuck a javelin at the running thingy-mabobber.
Is it the one with your helmet attached to the end of it?
No, it is not.
Oh.
That would be great if it was.
Your javelin sails just over the head of the goblin as it kind of leans forward in pain as your javelin sails over the top of it.
Okay.
Ysira.
Give me 1 second. I'm letting the dogs
Sure. No problem.
back. Let's see. I guess I'll move my legs.
What was that?
Yes?
She's letting the dogs out.
Yeah, but she said she was back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there she
Can you
is.
not hear me?
Now we can.
No,
There
we
we
can
go.
hear you.
Oh,
Okay.
I was asking, can I get between these two rocks or?
Ah, okay, that's what I didn't hear you say. Yes, you can. There's like a little well, for a normal person, it's
Okay.
kind of shin-high bush that's kind of in between there.
Okay, so it's like rough terrain for Yas.
Yes. But you can go under the tree, too. Like, this is all open.
Oh, I can?
Yeah,
Okay.
the trunk of the tree's
Yeah,
right
they're
here.
Solid
Yeah, I'll go that
bricks
way
of trees.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how much undergrowth there was.
Not a whole lot.
Regardless, I'm not going to be able to get to him. I guess I could dash. Yeah. I'll just dash for this round.
You can't reach him with a spell if you were to move 25?
I don't have any spell slots left
Oh, right. Okay.
because I'm level 1. Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so you guys are supposed to have to like roll for this, but since you guys are like all on it, you guys notice that there is definitely a hidden pathway that seems to cut through these trees. It's kind of blended in real well. The trees kind of grow over it a little bit, but it's pretty clear that this goblet is going somewhere in particular. And if that's the end of your turn, Valentine.
Let's see. Gonna move up. Then I'm gonna throw another dagger.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good throw. So just as like that javelin had sailed over his head from Osiris, he kind of leans back up right as your dagger just like embeds itself into the lower neck of this goblin, and it just falls face first into the ground, and kind of slides for a second and then stops. And that will end combat.
I'm gonna go pick up my daggers.
Okay, Osiris is gonna do something. So, not to take the limelight here for a minute, but I'm gonna take the limelight here for a minute.
Fair enough.
Osiris is going to turn around, walk past Ukaha, lean down, touch his shoulder, and give him all 5 hit points.
So Uga, you kind of just like are thrusted back into life.
Then he's gonna keep walking, walk past Yaz, look at his helmet, look up directly at Grumsh or Grush,
Gersh.
Gersh, and start swinging his flail, and then just start walking towards him. As he gets
Whoa
close,
there.
as he gets close, he's going to swing his flail up and around his axe, sort of push his axe down, get right up into his face, and go, "Boy, do you know who your enemy is?"
Well, the javelin seemed to think it was your head.
And who was the thrower of said javelin?
Well, that would be me.
So first you try to cleave me in half with your axe, then you try to take my head off? What's your game? Who are you really working for? Or are you just so stupid you think attacking friendlies is okay?
Well, I just work for myself.
Just a
So is
guide.
that it? You're only in it for yourself? You think killing others is perfectly okay?
Well, I suppose it depends on the reasoning behind it.
They attacked us like you attacked me. Give me one reason I shouldn't cleave your head in twain.
Oh, well, technically they used bows. I used a javelin.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for this.
All right, let's stay away from
I
player
myself-
combat. Just throwing that out there.
I myself don't feel comfortable making this decision. He's gonna sort of like half shield bash him to get the javelin to untwain. Not really pushing him, just sort of like putting it up against him and ripping the javelin out. Or not javelin, ripping the flail off of his weapon and go, throw something like that towards me again, and I'll have your head. Is the little one okay? He says, turning back to Yes.
I think so. It's hard to know.
Alright.
You all right? She'll direct it to Uga.
He'll open his eyes, his pupils dilate, and then they shrink, and they just keep going back and forth for a little bit.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's-
Oh,
He gets up, he looks over at the one he killed, and he's looking for the one that just downed him. When he sees it, he walks over to it and rips off its left ear. And then he does it to the one he downed as well.
does it just like keeps it or?
Put it in my
Yeah,
back.
goblins
Oh,
typically cut off ears to claim trophies.
All right.
And then I go back to
I was
gnawing
like,
on the
he
horses.
threatened to eat it, so I'm wondering.
Yeah, I was expecting him to
Like
eat
a
it.
pig's ear?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it like dehydrated, like a pig's ear? You just chew on it for a while, like jerky?
I forgot. I need to rip out his throat with my teeth.
There you go.
And then I come back
Actually,
chewing on
Derek
his
from
throat.
Team Up.
It tastes remarkably like goblin.
Goblin tastes good.
Goblin, God, what's it called when you eat something raw?
Sushi?
There's a special. No, that's raw fish. There's a special word for
Al dente?
when you eat something raw.
Bong pig?
Al dente? Is it al dente?
I don't know. I think so. Oh, that just may be lightly cooked. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's when it's like crunchy.
Yeah, like al dente
Yeah,
noodles.
it's like a noodle. Yeah, that's kind of crunchy still.
Dungeons and Dragons in the kitchen. Today we're talking about
Yeah,
al
it
dente.
doesn't really matter.
Does this one
Alright.
have a blade?
They all are carrying short bows and scimitars. Let's see. Hang on. Okay, yeah, they're very poor quality. They might even be broken and not even complete in some parts. Same with the bows; they're very crude. They might even be handmade. But yeah, that.
I'd like to take the blade and I start hacking up this horse and putting meat in my wicker basket.
You can roll a survival check. Maybe.
That would make sense, I think.
Yeah. You're able to kind of get like 1.5 rations out of the meat. Most of the horse you kind of just hack up into pieces, but you're able to kind of like rip off enough meat to make a meal and a half out of it.
The rest could be used to make glue if you knew how to do it.
I'm gonna help him with the other horse.
Funny enough, I know how to make glue out of horses.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Why did you share that?
That's such you're able to get 2 rations, Gersh, worth of horse meat.
This horse has more meat on it.
Well, you rolled a little bit better, so you like didn't hack off the good stuff into the dirt.
Oh, I just did it right.
You just did a little bit better job than Ogaha did. Yeah.
I will
So,
be chewing on a bone until we're getting ready to leave.
which one of y'all are ready to go take out a bunch of goblins and find the riders of these horses?
I was just gonna ask, can we look at, is there anything around besides the dead corpses of the horses?
Yep. If you guys all kind of do your part in searching around the horses and what's in the area, the only thing you really find is the saddlebags have been looted. Nearby lies an empty leather map case.
Okay.
And
But we
then
don't see any, like, human or dwarven tracks.
you can roll a survival check or perception.
Okay. I'm
Well,
not.
you're not actively tracking, so I guess perception would make more
Yeah.
sense.
Perception?
Yeah.
That's par for the course.
I'm too infused with these bones.
Okay. Ugaha, you notice that there are ants, like also eating the horse with you. That's what you perceive. Ysera, Gersh, and Zach, you kind of all notice that this path goes pretty deep, like through the forest. And it looks like it's more there due to being worn down. Osiris, though, you notice that this path really is, like, it's caked in, like, goblin foot tracks, and it's pretty obvious that more than one goblin uses this path, especially knowing the area of being very apt to attacks from bandits and raiders and things like that. You could probably summarize that there is something down that path, I guess you could say.
Okay. So, anyone down to go cleanse some goblins?
The only problem I see with that is our charge. And she points back at the cart. If we leave it here, it's definitely not going to be here when we get back. And if we bring it with us, it's definitely going to give us away.
We were supposed to deliver the cart.
So we should probably do that first.
Sorry, I
know what
missed
kind of,
something.
horse-
I don't mean to cut in.
It's supposed to be destroyed, isn't it?
Huh? Oh no, it has to do with what Osiris saw. You definitely would have noticed that there seems to be two human-sized bodies that were being dragged through the mud and dirt up this path.
I'm gonna sort of walk over and look down. Yep, that settles it. We're gonna go. I know we have a charge, but there are two humans possibly being kept by these goblins. We have to do what we can to save them.
Do these horses look familiar to us?
Oh, there are no corpses here. It's that they were obviously dragged.
No. I said horses.
Oh, horses. Yeah, I mean,
Before Uga chopped them into pieces.
yeah, you notice like their manes and everything were well kept, and the horses were well taken care of. You don't see like signs of like slashing and abuse on them. They definitely look like they were once very healthy horses, probably from a settlement. So yes, they look like something you've seen before, possibly. If any of you knew people from Neverwinter. Without giving it away. Yes. Go ahead.
When Ugaha heard who wants to go and slaughter some goblins, Oog's hands up and just like while he's still chewing on meat and bone.
I like the little one.
So what are we doing?
So what do you propose then, oh mighty leader, that we do with the cart and the oxen and all of the stuff that's in it?
Hearing you call him leader, he sort of flinches. Now that you're able to see his face, you can see it's not that handsome. His face is very scarred, and he still has some bruises from past experiences over the last few weeks or so. But he looks down. Either we take it with us or someone stays with it.
Still looks good to me. More scars, the better.
Well, thank you. Keep talking like that, and you'll earn your right to be my lieutenant.
Just look at my face. There's 4 huge scar marks across it.
Would the cart be able to fit down this path?
No. With like
Oh, well, that answers that.
the deep ruts in the mud and everything like that, there's no, and how it kind of winds through the woods. It almost resembles a game trail that's used for feet, running and walking. It's not meant to be used for any type of land-based vehicle.
Can we hide the cart and take the cattle?
The cattle should be able to traverse it, though these oxen are made to just pull a cart, not to be ridden. You may or may not know that. Some of you may or may not know that. You can decide for yourselves.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
All I know is.
I mean, there's lots of grass right here. If we just let them
Yep.
graze.
And something you would have noticed, there is definitely a spot. It kind of like dips down right here a little bit, but there is definitely a spot, like a little field spot here, and then there are plenty of
Okay.
trees to tie off things onto.
I'm just afraid somebody's gonna take our cattle.
I don't think we should leave it, but we should leave someone with it. Anyone willing to stay here?
I can stay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, if you're willing.
I'll just hide in the shadows.
Most likely to steal things.
He doesn't want to lose his contraband. His contraband's there. We don't know that, but he does.
So you guys kind of have two options, really. Either you can bring the cart to where you need to bring it to and come back here, or
That's not an option for Osiris.
just because
Humans will be eaten by then. I can assure you of that.
just because of how the module is created here, either that or you can safely tie the cart off and all of you can go. So I'll let you know that.
I think we can. Between Valentine and I think we can probably make something that looks
Disguise it as a tree.
disguise it. Disguise it enough. We know how to hide shit.
Yeah, because keep in mind, carts generally at this point in the path, there's a reason why this is the ambush spot. You kind of have to take the cart across the path. So if you were to hide a cart off of the path, it's very unlikely anyone's going to go searching there.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I still don't trust Max.
I mean, it's not
Okay,
a
a
terrible
little bit
idea.
of meta though. That is literally the way the module's set up.
But that doesn't mean Max isn't gonna fuck with us.
Yeah, have you played this module?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you're the only one in the group, I think, that's played it.
I've played a portion of this module, but never the whole thing.
So you know all of this part then?
I know the head part.
Okay.
I know getting to the
Yeah.
I know the reason it's called the Lost Mine of Phandelver.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I'd say we
I
tie
think-
it off and hide it.
Yeah, I think we could hide it
All right.
well enough.
If you guys feel good enough in your ability, go right ahead.
Can I roll a disguise kit?
Sure. Yeah. That's fair.
I don't know what I would roll.
You could just give her advantage and help her. Whoever has the better roll on it.
Give the cows a couple mustaches and call it
There
good.
you go.
Yeah, so the 18,
The advantage.
this cart looks remarkably like a,
Bush.
yeah, like a bush.
Disguise it as an Italian bistro.
An Italian bistro. That
The
we're never
cows
gonna
run
find it
it.
again.
There we go.
It
Card
is.
is lost forever.
It is a bush. I mean, that's not where
Wow.
you describe. Actually, you moved it. It's like right here.
Yeah.
This is the cart. This is just what everyone else sees.
I don't see it.
We get back. Good job. You lost the cart. She just moves a branch and it magically appears.
Rises out of the ground.
So are you guys gonna head now down the path?
The path.
Yep,
Yeah.
pass.
Okay.
Bye, cows.
Did we get any XP, or are you gonna do that after the adventure?
I don't know. Does it say it? Hang on. Defeating the goblin ambushers.
HP from eating all that meat.
Oh, it actually tells me when you guys get the experience.
You now feel sick after eating all the meat.
I'm a goblin. I don't get sick.
So,
I mean, you say that.
what is your marching order?
Osiris will take point.
I'll be in the back.
Yeah, it's in the middle for protection.
Up front.
I'll take point. Anyone can go behind me, preferably the goblin who wants to murder other goblins.
But I don't know if I want to be in front of you know who.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm gonna try to take your head off with the javelin.
Maybe we should let the guide us.
He is the guide, yeah, I mean...
I totally know where I'm going. Wait, let me see if I know where I'm going. I totally know where I'm going.
He knows that there is a path here, and it leads to where you guys need to be. So
I actually
that...
have been to this goblin retreat before. It's very, very nice.
Med spas.
The bathrooms have great sunroofs in them that lead out.
But the management has kind of gone downhill as of late.
So is this the order then?
Yeah, I'm gonna like go into the bushes and stealth my way behind them. Not actually directly behind them though.
Do we literally have a bush that's just following us?
He's just holding a branch in front of his face.
If the guide wants
Yeah.
to guide, he can guide.
Is he humming his own theme song?
Dun, dun, dun,
Okay,
dun, dun.
so you guys are going to move a little bit slower because he is hiding, unless you're going to kind of leave him in the dust.
I mean, do I know he's there? Because if I don't know he's there, I'm just gonna keep going.
He stayed with the bush, right?
You know I'm there.
Oh.
Everybody knows he's there.
He's actually humming the theme song.
He really, yeah, he's actually using the bush sticks he's carrying to like hit things with. He's not even actively like trying to hide anymore. He forgot.
I'm gonna lean over to Osiris as we're walking. Are we waiting for stupid Bush?
The
Osiris just
song
ignores
that I was saying earlier was stuck in his head. Just like
Yeah.
Ooka.
It's okay.
All right. So about, let's see. Gersh, what is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 13.
Okay, so partway down the path, you're walking, and about 10, maybe 10, 15 minutes, possibly 20, who knows, something like that. You're walking down the path, and you go to take a step, and you immediately notice that there is a snare trap in the middle of the path.
A snare trap or a snare trap?
A snare, a hidden snare, it says. So it's going, if you step into it, it's going to like trigger and lift you in the air.
He's gonna stop like with his foot in the air, and he's gonna sort of hold his arm up.
Osiris slightly bumps into him.
You could be, you gonna roll to push him? No? Okay.
I rolled for it.
I know. Yeah, I was just waiting for there. All right, so yeah, you bump into him a little bit, but then Gersh kind of like holds his balance as everyone kind of stops walking.
The crafty, the horse murderers are crafty. He's gonna. Can I like disarm it, or is it?
Yeah, it's
overly complex.
No, it's super crudely made. Like, it's not at all complex. You right away see like the rope and the trigger mechanism and the weight used to kind of lift it, like the tree that's bended in the woods, that's gonna like, you know, lift everything up.
Yep. So I'm just gonna go ahead and disarm it, or trigger it, whatever you want to call it. Just so nobody can get caught in it.
Yeah, I imagine you take your battle axe and just kind of like hit the trigger mechanism and kind of pull back, and the whole thing just and just like shoots up, and then everything's fine.
Yep. He's gonna keep going.
Okay. Let me read the next part. Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys keep walking. Are you going to actively, or actually I should just ask, are you going to roll another perception check as you go? Or just kind of head off down?
I mean, now that we know that there's something,
Yeah, I'll actively look for them now that I know that
Okay.
there are at least some potentially here.
Yep.
I'll be looking too.
So
if
Gersh,
you guys haven't found them, I think I'm okay.
Gersh, you can roll another perception check.
Can I roll one as well?
Osiris, you can also roll one.
I think that is the only trap.
Okay, so as you guys are walking, Gersh, you're like, hell yeah, that's a beautiful day. The wind is perfect. It's perfect 76 degrees outside. It's wonder here. And then all of a sudden, you begin to fall. Right as Osiris, you go, oh god, there is a pit there. So Gersh, you begin to fall through, and because Osiris also was doing perception, Gersh, you can roll a dexterity saving throw with advantage, because I
was gonna
assume,
say, could I help him?
yeah, I assume Osiris perceiving the trap there as you start to fall into it will let you help him out.
Yeah, I'll like reach down and try to grab him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, you made it by
Stop
one.
consistent.
So yeah, Osiris like grabs you, or you can describe it, Osiris. How would you stop him from falling into this pit?
As he's falling, I reach down real quickly and grab him under the shoulder and haul his ass back up.
And as the whole group stops, you guys all like the cover that was over this pit kind of like falls into the pit, revealing a 6 foot wide, 10 feet deep pit right in the middle of the
Does it
path.
have spikes at the bottom?
There are no strikes.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah.
It's not a very steep walled pit though. Like it's not really well dug. It's just like a sudden decline in most of the areas. Again, matching the home creations of goblins. No offense, Ugaha.
I was about to say.
Gersh is sort of stand up and be like, oh, good catch, and then he's gonna give him a thumbs up.
Osiris just ignores you.
Okay. Eventually, there's a separate handout. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading. Okay. So eventually on the path, you guys arrive to, well, actually, eventually you guys come across like a river. It's a very shallow river. And, is there another? I think there must be another one. Oh, yeah, this one. This one? Okay. You guys eventually kind of hear a little bit of running water, and eventually you notice that there is a stream that kind of comes out of the woods and kind of runs next to the path. Eventually, as you walk, you reach, let's see. Oh, I didn't put your tokens on there yet. Also, Nuke, yes, it is really interesting from the DM point of view, isn't it? Because now you can see everything. Okay, let me put your guys' tokens on. Where are your
You
tokens?
can just hear me humming in the back.
Oh, man. Alright, let's put you guys in order. Oh, why is this running so slow?
It was very catchy.
Yeah, this is healing music. Tokens. How did it go? Sorry, I'm on a different screen. It's Gersh, Osiris, then Oog,
Ooh-ha-ha. Yeah.
then Ysera, then Valentine.
Yep.
Okay. Is there a... Oh yeah, that is hidden. Okay. Just making sure all your tokens are working. Oh, they are. Okay, cool. So let's go to the next map. You guys should be able to see everything. Correct?
I can see like 10 feet.
Oh, that's right. Which is accurate, I suppose, right?
Oh, is it nighttime?
No, there's
Oh.
caves and blocking terrain.
Yeah, you should be able to see a little bit farther right now, but
I can only see out to.
no, I'm speaking like you. Yeah, you should be able to, but because you guys are, let me describe it. Following the Goblin's Trail, you come across a large cave in a hillside 5 miles from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. Here, I can give you more view, but then I'll take it away once we get inside the cave.
I assume at least part of that could have been considered a short rest for Ukhaha's sake.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can also, I guess, short rest right here, theoretically, if you wanted to. I mean, it's an hour. Well, you guys are doing light activity for an hour and just walking. So yeah, we can see you guys took a short rest already.
I mean, not that that does me any good, but
Did we ever get XP?
Chill out.
No, no, I wasn't sure if we did because I couldn't remember.
No, not yet. That's
Oh,
the next
okay.
part
I
here.
wasn't sure, my bad.
You guys all get 75 experience for defeating the goblins and finding the ambush or the path leading north.
You're gonna yell at me again? Did we get any for defeating those traps? Trap?
So far the 75 is what you should have.
Okay, fair enough.
Hang on, I'm looking at more stuff though. Okay. Yeah, everything else is to come, I guess you could say. So I wouldn't fret.
sad I spent all of my spell slots already because I'm dumb.
Well, at least you're not
Bad,
metagaming.
I spend all my healing.
Yeah, but I can't hit stuff. Like,
Sure you can. Just go up and punch it.
no. I have 9 hit points.
I only have
So
13.
do I.
That's only 4 more than you.
Yeah, and what's your AC?
That doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's only 12. 12.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really?
12. Yeah. Totally.
Really?
Yeah, 12.
Uh-huh.
No, it's 18.
What's your dexterity? I was like, how is that even possible?
It's 12 with dexterity, and I'm wearing armor and a shield.
So what are you guys going to do now?
I am admiring my new scars.
Is there signs of tracks anywhere?
You can roll. Well, I mean, yes. It is pretty clear that goblins are going in and outside of this cave, but you can roll a perception check as well, though. Just because I need you to.
I'm gonna roll just because I want to check to see if there's anything behind us.
Okay. Osiris, is everyone else kind of looking forward or looking in the area?
Yeah, I'll sort of look around, see if there's anything hiding.
The ones in this game are just
They're flowing, man.
keep on
They're
coming.
flow. It's part of the module, actually. I
3 5s out of the group.
My scars are beautiful.
I downloaded the roll a lot of ones addition to this game, so no, I didn't. That was a lame
Well, you
joke.
gotta be like that, Max.
Hang on. So many I have so much less pages to look at when I create my own games. This is like insane. Where is this? Okay. So okay. Okay. And the stream. Yep, the stream is only 2 feet deep. It's cold and slowly moving. You guys notice that you can easily wade through it.
Yaz can. Isn't she only like 2 feet?
Maybe not you short guys. um,
She's 2'6", so you can just do the thing where you just tilt your head up.
Okay.
Valentine, nothing is following you guys as far as you can tell, as far as you can see. The path is clear. I mean, just you see your tracks and where you guys kind of came down it. The rest of you guys kind of notice what I've already described, except for Osiris. You hear some like quiet murmuring coming from this way.
Gersh, you let us hear. If you wouldn't mind, can I take point?
He sort of, steps aside.
As I go to take point, as I step here, I sort of like lean in. There's something next to us.
Wait, what?
I whisper, there's something next to us.
Does he indicate which next to us?
I sort of like look with my eyes towards.
Not with your
This direction.
fingers.
Okay.
I don't want to point and say, "Hey guys, look, there's people hiding over there."
Just the way you said "look with my eyes," that made me laugh. Anyway, sorry, keep interrupting.
Gersh is just going to sort of, nod as you walk past, and then can I do something?
All right.
How wide is the stream, by the way?
The stream is about 2 feet deep. It doesn't say how wide, but I'm assuming this is probably pretty accurate. So it's about 5 feet wide.
So, how difficult would it be for me to jump across into said shrubbery?
It'd be pretty easy. I mean, we'll call the stream difficult terrain just because it is 2 feet, so we're going to be wading in the water a little bit.
He said jump it.
Oh, jump the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, what's your strength? Isn't your strength like a 17 or something?
18.
You can jump 18 feet, so...
Okay. So I'm gonna as he after he walks past me, I'm going to sort of turn to the bush and in a single fluid motion leap over the stream into it and just scream, "Ah, horse murderers!"
Go put your character where you went.
We just hear screams from the darkness.
At that point, you do hear two goblin voices. Two of them in particular start clamoring and just looking for things. Through the bushes, Gersh, you would see. Here, I wonder if I can delete this dynamic lighting thing. Actually, I'll move it. There we go. You do see two goblins getting their weapons ready. At this point, roll initiative.
Do I get advantage?
Well, you frightened them, so you didn't attack them. I wonder if it says anything about
Is
that.
initiative considered a ability check?
No.
Yeah, not
No?
generally.
Okay. All right. Natural one.
Okay, because I rolled a 20, so I think I'm going before them.
Oh crap! I
Are
left
they
everybody
male or
on there.
female?
You can't
No,
tell
we were-
quite
we
yet.
We were already over.
I couldn't tell by the voices. I'm a goblin.
They sound
All
male.
goblins sound the same.
Plus, you didn't
Wow.
hear them
You.
until I did.
Okay, so that is everyone in the everyone's on the
So
character sheet.
basically, the two guys moved into the dark, and then I heard screaming from the dark.
Yep.
And I'm very confused.
Yes, that is exactly how this just went.
Which explains why I rolled a 4. It's like, what?
Is that another one? Jesus.
Yeah, well, Yaz is that's the first one she's rolled. Which is why I asked, because halflings can re-roll once, but only if they're...
That is. Let's see, I've rolled 3. Valentine's rolled 1. Uga has rolled 1. And Yaz has rolled 1. Osiris, you're due for 1.
Oh,
I know it's scary as hell, and I've already rolled a natural 20.
while you can see through the thickets there, you cannot climb through them. They are impenetrable.
It's like one of those bushes in GTA.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have to go around it.
You are gonna have to go around.
Can't go through it.
Oh, yeah, you're up, Gersh, so you can go ahead and go.
I'm gonna move around it over to there. It's 25 feet. I'm assuming the squares are 5 feet.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. The characters cross the east side of the stream. They can see around the screening thickets to Area 2. Yep. This is the Goblin Guard post. Yep, and the guards were very bored and inattentive until you went. Ah! So on the east side of
Good
this,
job.
on the east side of the stream, flowing from the cave mouth, small area in the briar thickets has been hollowed out to form a lookout post or blind. Wooden planks flatten out the briars and provide room for the guards to lie hidden and watch the area, including a pair of goblins lurking there right now.
I think you mean one goblin.
Hang on. They open fire, blah, 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 blah. Test the goblins past them. Yep, okay. They're difficult terrain, but they aren't dangerous. They provide to half cover to creatures attacking through them. You're not attacking through them. That's what I'm gonna make sure of. Okay. So yeah, you okay, yeah. Which one was it? The bottom one or the east one?
Yeah, I'll just go with the bottom one.
Okay. Yeah, you after going "Hua!" and you like quickly start running around, and like as they pick up their weapons, you make it around and just cleave that goblin in half. And look at the next one, I assume. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
He's gonna turn to the other one. Tell us where the humans are.
It says, where is all that info? Do.
It tells you everything in this.
It does tell you everything in these things.
It tells you what its mother's name is. It tells you where it was born.
Its third cousin. Literally
Where the best-
everything.
Where the best bathroom spots are.
Yep. Where the Italian bistro actually is located. It doesn't respond. So it just pulls its weapon out and it begins to yell and scream that there are things in Goblin. Oog, you can tell he's yelling to others, basically.
Intruder alert.
Yeah.
Intruder alert.
Intruder alert, intruder alert, intruder alert. Valentine. You hear this like come as you're kind of scanning back down the path, you hear this commotion after Gersh goes leaping across the stream.
I can't see them from here, can I?
No, you can. Well, no. Yeah, all you hear is noises, and you cannot go through the thickets here.
Alright.
You can shoot or throw things through them, but it's half cover for the goblins.
Fuck it, let's do it. Let's see. Yeah, I can hit him. I get sneak attack, right?
Technically, you would, yeah. And
I am-
allies would-
Oh yeah. He is close enough, so absolutely.
Would that hit?
Yes, I'm just making sure it was actually half cover. I just said half cover, correct?
That's
Yeah,
what she
half cover.
said.
Yeah.
Oh, 3/4 cover. Sorry. Nope, it's 3/4 cover. So how many ACs do I have for that? +5? Yes, +5. So their AC... Okay, yeah, actually, yeah, you just hit them. So yeah, you throw this dagger and it just sails through. Actually, yeah, Gersh, you don't even it doesn't even hit a branch. Like you somehow get it to fly straight through the thickets and it just hits a goblin right in the face. And Gersh, this dagger just comes out of nowhere and ends this goblin.
You mean Valentine?
But no, Gersh sees the dagger
Oh, okay.
fly past him and hit this goblin that he was about to fight with. Good job, combat's over.
I'd like to yell in Goblin.
What are you yelling?
It's gonna be ooga chaka, ooga ooga.
I'm gonna scream out victory and false alarm.
Okay.
Performance?
Yeah. Roll performance on that.
Deception?
One of the two. We'll do deception.
Deception?
Yeah.
It's all one anyways.
Okay. Cool. Fair enough. Roll accounted for, as they say. Nuke in chat says he's waiting for more natural ones.
Fucking James.
I'm sure they'll happen.
Like I said, I got that mod installed.
Yes, that's James from Nick's game.
Yep.
I'm due for a couple of 20s at this rate.
Yeah, when are those gonna start showing
Yeah,
up?
no joke.
Okay.
Like at this point, he deserved them.
So these two goblins have been dispatched. You guys are at this cave. What would you like to do?
Is there anything on the goblins that might prove a little bit useful, like out of the ordinary?
No, they are all carrying very, very crude weapons.
They wouldn't happen to have a lantern.
Goblins can see in the dark. They do not.
Okay.
This is Yaz saying that out loud.
Yeah.
Why? Why you need lantern?
Can't see shit.
Why not? Something wrong with your eyes?
Just the way they are.
Who will hold out a hand and just leave it at that?
Yaz looks at it, pulls on a glove, and takes your hand. It's covered in horse guts. Can you blame her?
I'm going to take out the goblet, one of the eyes of the goblins, and offer it up to Yaz.
Yeah, so just look at it and look at you and go, why do I want that?
I think you mean that one, and she points with her free hand to Oog.
No, you say you have bad eyes.
Oh god.
These good eyes.
No. Nope. Good. Thanks, Gersh. No thanks.
Sort of shrugs and throws him into the river.
Ew.
They just kind of like ploop in the water, and then they just kind of like come back to the surface, and then the water is moving so slow that they just kind of like, it almost like that they're just sitting there, but they're slowly kind of just washing down, like looking straight up.
They look like they're watching you, Yaz.
So
Yeah, one of them like rolls in the water, and it looks like it's watching you as it goes by.
You sure you don't want those? Oog.
Why?
Gersh is gonna move farther
I don't know.
into
Aren't
the
they like
cave.
kind of chewy or something?
Not my kill.
Fair enough. Wait, come back.
Aren't they kind of chewy. Okay. You guys can stop at the entrance of the cave as a group if you want to.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, just right there is fine. Whatever order you want to go into the cave in.
We just put Yaz in a backpack and carry her.
I mean, do you have a backpack
I
able to
would,
carry her?
but I don't think he wants to be put into a wicker basket with horse meat.
No, I'm good, thanks.
The horse meat basket. Okay. Just beside the cave mouth, a few uneven stone steps lead up to a small, small dank chamber on the east side of the passage. The cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and the sound of rattling chains greet your ears, where 3 wolves are chained up, just inside the opening. Each wolf's chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite. And then, I gotta change. It's
Definitely
Osiris.
gonna be war and more people.
Cyrus,
My vision.
I'm changing yours to, not able to see you.
And I'll light a torch.
And then let me, alright.
Well, gosh, if we were gonna do that, I would have lit a candle a long time ago.
So there's the wolves. You can move in far enough, Gersh, to see the wolves, and then you're lighting a torch, which is, what's a torch? 20 by, hang on.
20, I think. Yeah.
It's like 20 feet of dim light.
And I think 15 of.
Yeah, so we
Right?
2015. So we'll do this. And actually, let me make it so everyone can see it. Can everyone see his light now? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
No.
admit light.
I cannot.
Really?
I can't.
Well, he already has dark vision, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, very dark vision.
Oh, well, it made a big difference.
For you, it did, yeah. So yeah, they're like chained off. One is like right here, and one is like, I don't know, like here.
What is their disposition?
Snarling and rattling of chains. As three wolves. They're like lashing out at you. They look emaciated, as if they haven't eaten very much.
I'm gonna turn to Ugg and hold out a hand and be like, give some meat.
Did someone just hiss at somebody?
Yeah.
Yes. I point at the dead bodies and I'm like, go fetch your own.
That's fair. Actually, not a bad idea.
Just gonna kind of look at him. So selfish, Goblin. And then he's gonna go back outside, grab one of the bodies, and bring it in here.
Well,
This is like doing the thing that you do in the deep end of the pool, where you like bounce to like keep your head above water.
so, like your big toe is like pushing off the bottom, and you're just like bobbing up and down.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else anyone wants to do while he goes to get a body?
I wonder how these wolves react to me, since I am a goblin.
How tall is the ceiling in here?
Now that you ask, I will read everything. What was that, Twiggy?
Tall enough for me to stand.
Yeah, I don't have a problem.
All right. So,
High five.
the ceilings, let's see, most of the caves and passages are steeply sloping ceilings that create stalactite covered vaults rising 20 to 30 feet above the floor. All right, let's see. Light, blah, blah, blah. Dark. It's very dark. Areas of crumbling rock and gravel are difficult terrain, so they're going to be hard to traverse. The sounds coming from the cave, mostly what you hear right now is the wolves snarling at you, and then the sound of water slowly kind of trickling through the cave. Let's see here, and that's it. And then the smell, obviously, from the wolves is horrid, rancid animals and grossness.
It smells good to me.
Maybe to you, yes.
It's like home.
So I assume Gersha's going to get back with a goblin body. And what are you going to do with it?
Yep, he's gonna throw it into the room with the wolves.
Unless, Ughaha, I should say, did you want to do anything with your idea of how they would react to you before he got back?
Yes.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go and use my animal handling skill and see how it'll react to me trying to pet it.
So you're just purely using your fact that you're a goblin. You're not going to offer it anything or do anything.
Hell no. I'm gonna treat it like a goblin would. If it tries to bite me, I'm gonna backhand the damn thing.
Okay.
I went
never
with
mind.
Gersh to get the body,
Okay.
just because I needed to get my dagger back.
I'm making sure Yaz doesn't drown.
So the wolf immediately lashes out at you and bites you. I think. Hang on. Sorry. I'm reading.
It bites your hand.
Oh, here it is. Okay, actually, yeah, no. Never mind. Sorry, I read it wrong. The wolf immediately, like, he doesn't sit, but like he like lowers his head down as you reach your hand out, kind of like accepting you to pet it, and all of the other wolves seem to kind of start looking past you. So as Gersh gets
I
back,
turn back and I'm like,
go ahead.
they friendly.
So I come in and this wolf is biting Ugg as he's trying to like mess with it.
The wolf's leaving him alone, Ugg alone, but it is snarling at the rest of you guys.
So I'm gonna throw the body in here.
As soon as the body hits the ground, you can roll a animal handling check. Gersh. As soon as the body hits the ground, all of the wolves, like clamor onto it and begin eating and chewing on the dead goblin. Thus, for the most part, just ignoring you guys now at this point. Like they've even like laid down and are just kind of like gnawing, and they're very indifferent to you guys at this point.
Okay. Is this I'm assuming this room's a dead end.
Let's see. So are you gonna kind of like look throughout the room and search in there, or are you gonna look from there?
Yeah, while the wolves are doing their thing, I'm gonna go further into the room and look around.
Yep. You're able to move throughout the room without the wolves bothering you at all. There is a narrow opening in the east wall that kind of leads to like a natural chimney that climbs up about 30 feet. At the base of the fissure, there is rubbish that seems to have been thrown through from the wherever that chimney leads to. There is enough room for you to attempt to scale this chimney.
There is, or isn't?
There is.
All right, I'll see what's up there.
You can roll a athletics check.
And we never saw him again.
Oh yeah, there's a dynamic lighting thing there. Cool. I wasn't sure if you guys could see through there or not. That athletic
So
check.
let me see if I've got anything that'll help in the because I can't remember what's in the explorer's bag.
Okay, go ahead.
A rope.
I know it's got rope, but I know some of them also have other stuff that helps with
Like-
climbing.
Yeah, pythons and stuff. Do you have the thing that gives you advantage on athletics yet?
No. Well, I think you do with your raging because you get advantage on any
Do you have the thing that
strength-based
gives
stuff.
you advantage on athletics yet?
Oh
Oh
no,
wait, you're. Sorry, I was thinking it's something you get from being a Goliath. Sorry.
no, there's nothing in here for. There's rope, but unless you're gonna say that helps me in some way.
Yeah, you're climbing up. The rope isn't really gonna help you in this
Yep, that's what I
point.
figured.
Okay, so climbing up. So it's about 30 feet. Character. Yep, you succeeded the check. The character moves at half speed up or down the shaft, as desired. So you can move about 15 feet up. So you'd have to roll again to make it up another 15 feet. And then before we finish that, is there anything anyone else is doing during this time? Is everyone just kind of like watching him disappear up this chimney and watching the wolves?
I think Yaz would like to climb up kind of on the edge.
Go pet the puppies.
No. But she wants to be out of the water.
Okay.
She like begins to like try and blow water back out of her flute because it got wet.
Everyone just like randomly sees Yaz just kind of walk out of the water, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's right, you're here."
Oh, that's right. You're drowning.
Oh man, you might have been drowning. Good thing you lived.
She like shakes off like a dog.
Uh,
Takes one boot off and dumps a whole bunch of water.
a little minnow plops out and like hops its way back into the water and disappears.
On seeing the minnow, Uggy's gonna go fishing.
How are you fishing? Just with your hands in the water?
Damn straight.
All right.
Goblin can catch a fish.
Osiris, what are you doing?
really have anything to do. I suppose I'll just move here and just watch things.
Okay.
Make sure nothing towards us.
Sounds good. So you're kind of just keeping on watch down the cave there. Absolutely. Valentine, what are you gonna do?
I guess I'm gonna stay in the back still and just keep an eye on our rear.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, you're looking at your guys' rear?
Now that she's out of the water.
I was wrong. I'm sorry.
So Gersh, you make it to the top and you look in, and I'm gonna kind of move your token because you start to see more light kind of coming from the area. And let me just, I think I move you right past that dynamic lighting layer. Yeah, it's right there. So let me know when things kind of reveal to you. Like right here, I believe you can see.
Yep.
So this is what you see. You see this room. And you also notice a couple other things. You notice a couple of goblins and a very, very, very large creature that seems to be in charge of all of the goblins.
Can I move myself closer to actually see this stuff?
You can't actually see it right now because the tokens are on hidden layer. Hang on.
Oh,
I'm taking them off the GM layer.
I thought they were just in the darkness.
Nope. I'm
Ooh, I
revealing
wonder
them.
what that is.
Yep. So the two goblins seem to be like eating some meat. And as you're sitting there, like one turns and like throws a bone and like it kind of like smacks you in the face. And you know, this chute is where they throw scraps down to those wolves that were down behind you now. So rubble and dirt and debris and anything else they want to get rid of gets thrown down that chute. The very large looking creature seems to be just kind of petting this this other wolf. And I wonder if I have hang on.
Now I have to ask, do I see this like
Oh, here it is.
basically I've popped my head above
Yep.
like to floor level, or am I fully out of the hole yet?
Nope, you've popped your head up. That's why they haven't seen you. But here, I have a description for you here. Sacks and crates of looted provisions seem to be piled up in the south end of the large cave. To the west, the floor slopes toward a narrow opening that descends in the darkness. A larger opening leads north down a set of natural stone steps. The roar of falling water kind of seems to be echoing from beyond that point. In the middle of the cavern, in the middle of the cavern, the coals of a large fire smolder, and then obviously you see those creatures.
Okay. Do I know what this is?
You can roll a history check. It is definitely a bugbear. With that roll as well, you may have heard. You may know who it is. Hang on. You've heard of a leader of the goblins in the area, and the name Klarg rings in your head.
Klarg?
Klarg, Klarg.
He'll, so, I mean, assuming there's nothing else up here that I can see, he's gonna shimmy his way back down.
Also, Jones Pilot and Red Evil, thank you both for the follow. I appreciate that. But yeah, so you're gonna shimmy back down. Roll one athletics check to make sure you don't just fall. Okay, yeah, you're able to go halfway and then able to shimmy down the rest of the way without any issue.
Awesome.
Oh, let me move you back. I forgot you can't go through that. There you go.
So he's gonna come out and go back past the wolves over to here, and he's gonna tell the group, bandits. That looks like a bandit camp. What was his name again?
Klarg.
Karg.
Here, I'll type it out.
Klarg.
Klarg.
Like
I
like
think,
Clark, but with a G.
But Klarg.
I think the infamous Clark is leading.
Do we recognize that name?
You guys can all roll history checks. Ooh-ha-ha can roll it with advantage. Okay, no. You think he might? Yaz, you think he might have sneezed?
Is the barbarian really the most?
Ooh-ha-ha knows
Well-
it. Like you say.
3?
Wait.
Oh, he has
Unless-
advantage.
He has advantage.
Yeah.
That's right.
Would I have advantage on this because it's like a crime thing?
No. That name does not ring as far as like a syndicate or something like an organized group. I guess you could say.
The 9 was
Pretty
the
low
better of
anyway.
the two
But
rolls,
yeah.
So
So Ooh-ha-ha, you hear the name and you immediately know who Clark is, and you know him to be. I wonder if there's actual text about him. Nope, I guess not. Actually, wait, there might be.
not yet.
No, not yet. Wait, here's his token. Or his character. Click. Why isn't it working? What happened? Things aren't working. Okay, anyway, whatever. Yeah, you know who he is. He's a leader of this kind of group. You also know that you are in the Crag Maw hideout at this point.
Okay.
So I assume
I
you
don't
kind
think
of...
it's relevant, so I'm
Yeah.
not even going to say anything.
Okay. Fair. What would you guys like to do now?
We should move forward.
I'm also going to describe the layout of what I saw in there.
You said you didn't see the humans, right?
No. Two goblins, Clark, a wolf. Did the wolf look any different than the ones in here? Or was it like bigger?
It was definitely like bigger, mostly because it's being taken care of. So
But
it's
it doesn't
definitely
look like
being
it's a
fed.
different kind of wolf or anything.
No, it appears to be like the same kind of wolf. Just a lot healthier and stronger.
Just out of curiosity, how difficult would it be to get these wolves to follow us?
Probably very difficult, unless you're going to keep feeding them constantly and rolling animal handling checks.
I got food.
Even so, recruiting them to fight with you is... I mean, you could try. But you'd have to unchain them as well. It'd take the time to sit here and try and gain their trust.
That would probably take too long. Alright, never mind then.
Okie doke.
Should we just give Yaz the torch?
I mean, you could, but he's also not got dark vision, so
Oh, well then.
because he's human.
Well, if we're ready, I'll take point.
Gersh is gonna go up with him.
I'll move aside so you can get in the path.
So who's this Clark guy?
Very famous bugbear.
Okay.
Her eyebrow like raises almost up into her hairline.
Into her
Bugbear?
hair. You not know what bugbear is?
I mean, I've heard about them, heard stories.
Very big, very mean.
Fair enough. You know, I once heard a story about a tiefling, I think, that slept with one.
Oh god.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up to here.
Stop. Nope. Wait. Stop. I'll wait for you guys to get done talking.
Okay.
You noticed it before you guys. You could like hear, and then Gersh was about here, ish. So the first thing you notice, Osiris, is that there is a bridge up ahead, and the stream passage continues up beyond another set of uneven steps ahead, bending eastward as it goes. A waterfall sounds out from a large cavern somewhere ahead of you. If anyone would like to roll any type of perception checks, now is the time. Otherwise, you can keep going.
I mean, yeah. Woohoo! Finally.
Yours did a thing.
I mean, it's probably not enough, but it was not a 1 or a 2.
Osiris, or yes, Sarah, can you see that far? How far can you see? Okay. So you notice a at the last second you notice a goblin on the bridge, and he's like locking eyes with you. He kind of like lifts his head up, like kind of he was like laying down like on the bridge, kind of like looking down the pathway. And right as he sees you guys, he
Guys?
starts yelling.
Shit. There's a thing.
And he's just sitting there
Um,
yelling.
How far away is
Throw a
he?
javelin.
Well, yeah, 25
Javelin
feet.
attack.
Can I viciously mock him?
You can if you like.
I'm trying to think what she would say. Oh boy. Roll 2. You there. You're so short you have to stand on a bridge to see things.
Wow.
Oh, that's so funny. It's kind of like
It's all I could do.
it closes like its right eye, like wincing in pain, like it's getting a headache, you know, and it's just like
That's right.
it like shakes it off a little bit.
That's right.
And then
You're short, I'm short, but I'm calling you shorter. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's it.
so like you do that, and like the goblin like turns back, and you see him like grab onto the bridge and like look down. The passage.
Oh, this is
If,
bad,
if
guys.
I can, if I get a chance, I'll throw a javelin. If I get any chance.
You can throw your javelin. Go ahead. I totally forgot you said you were gonna throw one. My fault. Oh, actually, yeah, you hit him. Oh, so as he's like crouching down, and your javelin just hits him. As he's starting to crouch down, and he just goes flying off the bridge, and lands in the water. But as you watch him hit the water, the passage is suddenly filled with a mighty roar, as a huge surge of rushing water pours down from above.
This is so bad.
Creatures in the bridge area. You're not on the bridge. Okay. Then 10 feet. Oh, doused area. Okay, so everyone needs to roll a dexterity saving throw. And Twiggy, I did get your message, by the way, so just a few minutes here.
Yay!
Can
Where's
I
Josh
instead
getting
make a
them?
strength to simply hang on?
Hang on. Okay, that'll be the next step. So everyone first roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's just. It couldn't have been a 1.
Okay. DC. Okay, a dexterity saving throw to avoid being swept away. So if you succeeded, you're able to quickly jump, like back up into the wolf area, for example, or kind of get out of the way of the water. If you failed, Oh, sorry. You want to say something, Yes?
No, I just said bye.
You can also roll, if you fail that save, though, roll a strength saving throw to simply hold on as hard as best you can.
What was the DC for it?
Holy shit! How is my strength better than my dexterity?
Wow.
Nope.
Okay. So, oh, I'm sorry. The DC was 10 on that. So it was only
Oh,
Yaz
so
that
I
needed to roll.
succeeded.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't even look at what you guys rolled yet. I was just reading it off. So yeah, Justice Sierra failed that, and then you held on tight. Wow. Okay.
I just grabbed onto Osiris's foot.
Yeah, I'm like
Can I
standing
move
there. I
myself
pull out a
forward
javelin or shove it into the
to
ground.
get out
and
of the
she's just
way?
holding onto my
So
foot.
yeah, everybody can kind of move out of the way, but Yaz is holding on like dear life.
Well, I have to hold on too.
Oh, I thought you succeeded.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Sorry, it combined with your attack. I missed it. Then yeah, you roll high enough strength. So yeah, you're. I imagine you're holding on to Yaz even at this point.
I have a better strength. If anything, I'm holding solid, and she's holding on to me.
No, that's what I mean.
said.
That's what I mean. You're like preventing
Yeah.
her from washing away.
Oh, holding on to as in like
Yes.
preventing.
No, you're holding on the
Gosh.
the 2.5 foot tall halfling is the reason why you're not going anywhere.
By your powers combined, you are a full person.
You,
I got really defensive there. It's like, come on.
I know you
guys,
did. I'm like,
girl.
jeez. All right. So the water just washes down.
You just pick Yaz up and hold her over your head.
This goblin like washes back like down and out of the
Spit on him
cave.
as it goes by.
And kind of like he kind of like hits like the edge where the water like it bends and kind of like washes up on shore. And after like a second or two of this huge amount of water just rushing down towards you guys, it kind of goes calm. The water kind of goes back to its normal. It's a little bit less deep. It's only like 1.5 feet or a foot tall at this point, as it still kind of washes, like slowly trickles down the path. Let me just check one thing here. You guys can go ahead and do anything you want to do at this point as well.
You okay, Yaz?
It's fine.
All right.
That was close. It's fine.
All right.
Nice shot with the javelin, by the way.
Thank you. I only wish I could have done it sooner.
Yeah, so the wolves are leaving you guys alone. It looks like one of our members is going to have to leave soon. I'm just trying to find out what time, but how long did you guys want to do this for? I know it is a Sunday evening, so.
I mean, it's still relatively early for me, so
Oh, that's right, yeah, you guys
Same
are,
here.
yeah, different time zone.
it's not even 6 here.
It's almost 8 here, but I'm also pretty tired. I had a birthday party today.
Okay. Do you guys want to kind of do a last few things here and wrap up the session for now?
Sure. I'm
Sure.
good with that.
Okay. So you guys can either continue on through the cave. Oh, actually, I should probably let you know what that is that you're standing in. What the heck's your name? Orc guy? Gersh. I had them all
Yes,
memorized.
sir.
Let's see here.
I figured I would end up there because I was actually closer to that gap than I was
Yeah,
to the wolf den.
absolutely. Okay, the main passage from the mouth of the cave climbs up steeply upward, a stream plunging and splashing down on the west side. In the shadows, a side passage leads west across the other side of the stream. But I believe that is a... Let's see, where is... Okay. The passage is choked with rubble and has very steep encampments. Treat the area as difficult terrain. So you are able to climb that if you wanted to.
Okay. Do I see anything further in?
No. It goes up. It's very steep. You would have to climb at least
So I
3/4 of the way
can't
up.
actually see over here yet.
No. Oh, they didn't put a dynamic lighting thing there. I guess I will.
For the time being, no, because if I don't know that there's anything over there, I'm not going to be particularly interested in going over there yet.
Right. Okay.
So I'm just going to keep looking further down the main passage.
Looking down the main passage, you don't see anything. You can roll a perception check, though.
I see the light.
You
What do see
hear
with your orcish eyes?
you hear the sounds of kind of goblins like yammering to each other a little bit.
So do we go forward or up the hill?
Well, they know we're here.
Do they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
I mean, I would assume that since he got a shout off and now I'm hearing other goblins yelling.
Like, is it coming closer though, or are they just?
I don't know. Can I actually make out what they're yelling?
Well, they're speaking goblin, so I don't think you can understand them.
If only
No.
someone knew Goblin.
I only
Yeah.
speak common and orc.
If the rest of you guys would like to get closer, maybe you can hear them. But
Can I take the dodge action and move up a little bit?
We can charge forward and take them by surprise, ish.
you cannot just constantly be in dodge, I guess you could say.
Oh, why not?
I dodged.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise everyone's always in dodge every time you move somewhere. That's an action for combat, but you can roll a perception check to see if you see something before it sees you.
Can I at least move up?
Yeah, you can move wherever you want. Well, not wherever you want. Just move up kind of like 5 or 10 feet at a time.
I move into the wall.
Yeah. I'm going to turn off clipping.
I see everything.
You can
So
see
what
the
do I hear?
bridge. The guarding goblin is dead. What was that, Twiggy?
Do I hear anything?
Yeah, you hear the sounds of goblins that are kind of like, well, you heard one say something like, get in position.
I just go, damn.
What did I hear?
You heard the same thing Gersh heard, but then you don't hear anything anymore. The talking seems to have stopped.
All right, you guys ready?
I could talk.
I don't think it's worth it. They know we're here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving forward.
Yep, same.
Is there like a huge difference between in the water versus on the side?
No, at this point the water is not that deep. You're kind of you're making a lot of noise, but you're able to kind of slosh through it.
Okay. I was just curious if it slows me down at all.
No, not anymore. It's not. Maybe for Yaz it will, and for Oog, but other than that,
Although
no.
I'm just going to keep moving through the water under the bridge.
Sort of stay like half behind them.
Let's see. Gersh, you're on point. You guys get to, let's see. Well, yeah, it's about there. Gersh, you see a goblin like peeking his head out right here. And he kind of like sees you and then like goes back.
Wait, peeking his head out where?
Right here. Like he
I
peeks.
cannot- If you're pinging, I can't see it.
No,
Yeah.
see my arrow?
Nope.
No.
Really? That's weird. Usually it keeps that on there. Oh, maybe it's because I have a different layer. Hang on. Now can you see it?
There you go.
Oh, I did not know it did that. I did not know you can measure in GM layer and it won't show it. That explains a lot of confusing things happening. Okay. So we're here. Now do you see? You see like a goblin like peek its head out and he kind of like sees you and then scammers back.
So, seeing the goblin peek out, he's going to full on move forward because they like now that we've seen each other, there's no point in hiding.
Yeah, actually at this point, why don't you guys just roll initiative then? Unless you're gonna like move up. Yeah, you can move up to there, and then the goblins kind of like jump out towards you. Everyone can kind of move up if you want to.
Yeah, because I would have been following him.
Yeah, wherever you guys would have been. There are no surprise rounds here, basically. You guys can just kind of get in the position of how you would need to be. And then, yeah, roll up the initiatives, as they say. Alright, my goblin character sheets again. It's like this place is filled with goblins.
There's another 20.
Where's all the ones? So much more fun that way.
We've already
I
rolled
mean-
our daily supply.
It's in combat, so we'll find out.
Alright. Initiative.
I want to know what I did to anger the dice gods.
Okay, also, I should probably read this stuff. Goblins have drained. Okay, so the cavern is no longer filled with large pools of water. A narrow waterfall high in the eastern wall feeds the pools, which drain out the western edge of the chamber to form a stream that flows out of the cavern mouth below. Though fieldstone walls serve as a dam holding the water in, though now there is a large gap where the water was let out, leading you guys to believe that the water was definitely let out on purpose. Sound of the waterfall kind of echoes through the cavern, making it difficult to hear past kind of this point.
Is the gap in the waterfall large enough for someone to move through?
Oh, the waterfall is way, way over here.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
my bad.
I don't know. Yeah, the eastern wall. So all the way over. You probably can't see it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But you can hear it, so you definitely know it's there.
Can you get over this little tidbit?
Yeah, that's actually not there anymore. That was like the dam that the you see all these
That's what I
rocks.
was asking
Yep.
is, can you get
Yep.
into the dam?
Yeah, at this point, yes.
And you said there's no longer water here?
No, it's mostly
Or
drained
a lot
out.
less?
It's slowly filling back up again, just because of the natural like way the place is like created.
Got it.
Yeah, but there's not as much water as pictured.
And the water is not rough terrain? It's just loud?
It's just very loud from the waterfall.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm good at least.
Perfect. Let me put this in order. Descending. Ukaha, you are up.
Ooh-ha-ha is gonna swerve and weave between his friends. Oh, let's see, how far can it go? I can make it. I'll get down here and I'll start smacking this.
All right, go ahead.
But first, they're both male, right?
Yes, they are all male.
I have to ask, and as my bonus. Damn, I have that one.
You did roll in that one.
Yes. Called it.
You break a leg.
Yeah, you're not using a weapon. So your fumble with your nat 1 is going to be Because one's a bonus action, one's not, right? So you first have to hit and then bonus hit?
Yep.
Okay, so unfortunately, you're not going to be able to bonus hit. So you kind of punch. Yes, exactly. You kind of glance off the goblin and then like hit the wall. And the goblin like starts laughing at you.
I hate water.
We're going to have Ysera go before the goblins, though.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna run up my little feet.
I run my little feet. The sounds of patters can be heard.
Oh god, I still can't really see.
Can you see the goblins at all? No, barely.
bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see them. Like you can see that one.
Okay. I guess I'll viciously mock them. You thought you could drown me, but you didn't. Eh. So he has to roll a wisdom save.
All right. Oops. This is what I need. This. Okay. Wisdom save. Oh, you rolled a 0.
Ouch.
Ouch. So yeah, takes the 4 psychic damage and then has disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay. So yeah, it like creaks its head as like a headache kind of comes into its mind, and it like blinks, it like closes its eyes and begins to swing at Ugaha. And it has disadvantage. So an 18.
Wow.
These goblins are pretty good at what they do, huh?
I tried.
So it hits Oog for 4 damage. The other one is also going to swing at Oog for 16.
Mistakes were made.
For 6 damage. You know, I just kind of want Ugaha to always go down in every combat. Just, I don't know. It's like his thing.
Poor monks, man.
Is this goblin on goblin violence?
Breaking
Is
news.
Ugaha gonna be the new James and just die every
Just
game?
He survived so far, though, somehow.
Yeah, the only time I was hurt was by my own friend.
For 1 damage. Valentine. Heartlock. What are you going to do?
Hurt the most.
I'm gonna turn tail and run. I'm just kidding.
I'm out. Where's that card at?
I'm out. Can't really see much, can I? Can I get past any of them?
Call it difficult terrain. So yeah, you could like go through the water if you wanted to,
Okay.
and get to like the steps right here.
Okay. I'll do that.
I forget that people that aren't small can't do that.
And not everyone's only 2.5 feet tall.
Not with that attitude.
Cut your legs off.
Alright, I'm gonna throw my dagger. Probably, it's gonna be a disadvantage though, because I'm too close.
Are you? I thought it's 5 feet or something like that, isn't it?
It's 30 to 60 is what it is.
Those are your max
Yeah, if you're-
throws.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that.
So you can throw up to 30 feet with a normal roll.
Yeah, as long as you're not right up against it.
Yeah,
you can throw.
you're good. So if you roll a 13, which does not hit, so the dagger kind of sails past him. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
All right, Gersh, you're up.
Is Ugaha on the ground? Like, is he prone or is he just standing there?
He's just standing there, but he's also extremely short.
I'm just trying to figure out how close I can get. Like, can I occupy the same space as him?
You can't occupy the same space as him, but you could stand behind him and reach past
think I
him.
Well,
reach
is
them
he
now.
a small creature?
Yeah, he's a goblin.
Yeah, then they can they can.
Oh,
occupy the
yeah,
same
he is
space.
small, isn't he? Oh, yeah, goblins are small, so then yes, you can. Sorry, I forgot
Well,
goblins
if
are
that's
small.
the case, I'm gonna actually move here. basically put myself in between them.
Okay.
And actually, before I move, I'm gonna rage. As I see these two ganging up on the semi-friendly goblin, despite the fact that he hisses at me. And I'm gonna target which is the one that actually hit him, or I guess hit him first.
This
Actually,
one.
which is the one that he failed to hit? That one. Okay.
I don't know if he
I'm gonna
specified
attack
that. Was it this one?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack that one. And you know what? I'm gonna reckless attack this. Good thing I did.
Nice.
Because there's another one. There's 2 ones.
Jeez, so many ones. Yeah, you end it. So it's just kind of like you smack it with your great axe and it just hits the wall.
I like hockey puck it.
Yep. Smack. Anything else you'd like to do?
That is my turn.
Osiris.
Osiris is going to move up the waterfall, or not the waterfall, but up the water.
Mm-hmm.
Come back behind this guy and whack. Are you using flanking?
No, sir.
Rules? No. Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna go to hit him, and that's gonna be a natural 20.
You got him.
It'll be 18 damage.
It's the same thing you...
I
go
would
ahead.
like to. I would like to drag, as I'm walking up, I'm spinning my flail at my side, and as I turn the corner and see him, I bring it, hitting him in the side of the ribs, and I just cave in side of his body, turning it to mush, and I slam him against the stalactite here, just throwing his body to the side, ripping the stalactite, or breaking the stalactite in half.
He just like crashes through his little body, just smashes through it.
And how much movement did I move?
Like 28.
Oh yeah, I moved all the way. Okay, and I'll say that.
Yep.
Oh, I can see this guy.
Yeah, that's fine. As you kind of look up in there, you see a large, healthy wolf, like haunched back, staring at you and growling. And you see like a
I just
large,
stare at him and growl back.
you see like a large like hand kind of like petting it.
I look at it and growl. Actually, what kind of action would it be to intimidate it?
Because you used your movement and attacked, you won't be able to intimidate it per se. Yeah, actually, we'll go ahead, just go ahead and roll it. I'll figure something out. Okay. So as like you kind of like growl back at it, it kind of like where's my D20? Oh well, I'll just I'll get it real quick. It kind of like lowers its head a little bit, almost like acknowledging that you might not be just something it's going to rip apart easily.
Alright, I'm good with that.
At that point, combat ends, and you see the wolf kind of like move out of view with something else.
Guys, there's a wolf ahead. I think it was the wolf you were talking about earlier. It looks healthy.
Oh, that's great.
Are we out of combat?
Yes, you're out of combat.
I'm gonna go
Should we
pick
move
up my
up?
dagger that I threw.
So he's still got the adrenaline going, so he's gonna sort of run up.
Okay, I'm gonna run after him. Like, should we go? And he's just like, roar.
So are all of you guys kind of quickly following up?
Oh yeah.
Fast as I can. Tick, tick, tick.
I'll follow right after him.
Leaving like a nice blood trail as he kind of like follows you guys.
No need to complain, Haha. I already fucking gave you all 5 hit points I could.
I mean, I could do a medicine check.
I think that only stabilizes him unless you spend like 8 hours.
Yeah, that's all I got.
So as he
Because
reaches,
you didn't want to take a long rest.
as he reaches the stairs, he's gonna sort of shout out, "Clark, I'm here for you, Clark." Before he goes in.
I'm gonna guide you to hell.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Those of you who are gonna follow can kind of get in line, get in your positions.
Did he go down the trash chute?
The poop chute.
Am I gonna look over there and just see this bugbear head that's stuck in the chute?
So no. As you enter in, I put everything on GM
Santa
layer
paused it.
just because they were made aware of you guys being here, so they react differently. So I wanted to that be the case. So as you enter, 3 arrows fly at you. Gersh? I keep forgetting your name all of a sudden. Gersh, yeah, okay. So 3 arrows. 1, 2, 3. Holy shit!
Shit.
18,
Fuck.
18. Holy cow, that's 17 damage.
And I'm guessing I don't count as raging anymore since the encounter is no longer going on.
You rage for 10 minutes?
No, you're still
Yeah, but
raging. You said you
if he
stayed
doesn't
raging.
attack or be attacked within a round, he loses the rage.
That's true.
Hmm. Well, yeah, that's why I asked, because
So
if,
has
we're
it been
not
a raid?
if we're not technically in combat anymore,
Well, was it a round from when he went here to here and screamed?
No.
"Brooms, I'm coming for you"?
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna have you guys re-roll initiative, but he basically went from combat to sprinting and then yelling and running in. So no, you're still technically raging, I would say.
Okay,
Okay.
baller.
That's
Now, just to
yeah.
remember, because I've made this mistake before on many occasions, you don't reduce the overall; you reduce each one by half.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure, because I've made that mistake so
and
many
is it
times.
rounded down or up?
God damn it!
I normally round up on everything.
Okay.
Sorry,
So,
but
let's see.
I have short legs. What's your excuse, Osiris?
I'm wearing really heavy armor. Okay.
he's trying to help Gersh. That's
Stop
all.
making fun of me.
He doesn't
That
want to
was
be in.
actually
So I'm
Backs on my
I'm taking 10 damage total,
Okay.
but I'm still
Sorry,
up.
I'm in the vicious mockery phase of my fighting.
Does that let me pull up Clark's character sheet? It must be in something else. Ah, there it is. Nope, that's the wrong character.
I'm gonna get you, Clark.
Where is Clark's character sheet?
I've seen
Get you.
He's hiding because he's terrified.
Is this him? Cragmaw Castle. This has a different name on it, though. What? Oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe his king name is different than his. It
Clark is a coward.
says his name's Clark, but then his character sheet says something else. I don't know if that's important, so I'm not going to tell you what it is. I guess if you watch the stream, though, you'll know. Actually, I wonder if it'll come up on here.
I try not to watch the stream. I work.
Everybody get on the stream.
Okay, up as Clark. That's so weird.
King
Okay.
Groll. It's King Groll. It says it right there on the initiative.
Does it?
King Groll.
On mine, it says Clark. I don't know what's going on anymore.
It says King Groll.
Whatever, it's the same character. That's what I was confused about. I'm like, wait, that's not Clark. Okay. So Gersh, you just got plucked with 3 arrows, and you kind of shake off most of the damage. What are you gonna do?
I just picture I never stopped going forward,
That's fair.
and he's running straight for the bugbear. We are since we're gonna keep the theme here, reckless attack.
Nice, dude.
Go ahead. You attack with advantage then, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a 14 does not hit, though.
Oh no!
So, let's see.
Ouch, I'm going last.
Okay, he speaks common, I believe. Yep. So as like you're charging at him, he says, "Who dares defy Clark?" And then like you run up and swing at him and try and hit him. And I just closed the character sheet. And yeah, he does have a shield. So you bounce off of his shield with your great axe, and he kind of like starts like chuckling to himself a little bit, and he returns with a swing of his own. Which is included in the attack. Okay, and then that doesn't matter. So he swings with his Morning Star. Oh, and he critical fails. There's a 1.
But
Hey,
he has
what was his
advantage.
Morning Star? Oh yeah, because you
Reckless attack.
Oh, then he hits you with a 20.
Yes, sir.
And he hits you for 8 piercing damage as this Morning Star kind of sails past. It kind of like bounces off your weapon, but then still catches you for enough damage to do quite a bit of damage, actually. Oh, and I forgot to roll initiative for something.
So, my relentless endurance is going to kick in and reduce myself down to 1 instead of 0.
It's fair. I need to do this real quick. Oh, cool. Okay. All right, we are good. Clark went. Ooh-ha-ha, you are up.
I am gonna go overtake this guy. And attack. I'm gonna go after his base first and then the throat if I hit both. Damn.
The first one hits, second one does not.
Yep, 4.
So you do 4 damage. So as you get close enough, he starts to throw his bow down, and you come up and just start punching and kicking him. I feel like, are you getting in like slap fights with all these goblins? I just picture
More
like his...
Or like trying to claw him and different things, but
It's
more or
fair.
less.
That's fair. It's a better way to put it. All right, Valentine. You see Gersh really take a blow there, and he kind of like stammers and then like lifts himself back up.
Alright, I'm gonna go right next to him. I believe I can do that.
Quick, surround the boss and kick him to death.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna attack with my rapier.
You get sneak attack? Enemy or friendly within 5 feet, right?
He should.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, okay.
Does that hit?
Absolutely. 19 hits.
Plus sneak attack.
Damn, dude, nice.
So yeah, -7 from that, and then -6 from the sneak attack. Okay, perfect. Ysira.
Let's see. Probably can't. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna viciously mock Clark.
You cannot viciously mock Clark. Clark the best.
Wow, they weren't kidding. You are ugly.
He looks really
Ooh,
sad.
you ugly. Ooh, you ugly.
Yeah.
It's a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yep.
All right.
Let's see how wise he is.
Not very.
Not very.
Yeah, he looks down and realizes how dirty he is and like how much he smells, and he's just like, oh, and he's like, ow.
And then,
That's hurtful.
and then I guess I will inspire Osiris.
Heyo, thank you.
Trying to think. Yeah, I got no. Shit. I got nothing. Your name doesn't sound like anything.
Just sing me a ditty. It doesn't have to rhyme.
Yeah, I guess she'll pull out her flute, and it's not great because it's wet. But
I grew up in a
plays with
fighting
MIDI.
pit. Honestly, any
Yeah,
music is
yeah.
good music.
Yep.
Murder, murder, death, death.
Kill, kill, you are the best.
If he can't do it, no one can.
Perfect. That's the best inspirational thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, no, she plays the flute.
All right.
It's kind of
Um,
flat, but it's okay.
it's filled, a little bit of water squirts out of it still.
Ew.
All right. Ugaha. Oh, there you go. It's beautiful.
There we go.
9 does not hit you, so he swings his scimitar at you, missing you. These other 2 goblins are going. One is going to shoot an arrow at Ugaha, and the other one at Gersh.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Gotta. So Ugaha
Miss.
first. 13, I believe, misses,
It does miss.
and then Gersh
Woo!
also misses. So these arrows like sail past you guys and just crash into the crates of provisions and cargo that are everywhere and sticks into like the wood. Osiris.
Cyrus is going to move up to here and swing at this some bitch
Some bitch.
with his flail.
Somewhere.
Oof.
Are you throwing
Inspiration,
your
is that a
flail?
roll
Payback.
or
You have a
No,
point of
thank you.
inspiration?
I.
You
No,
can
I
rec-
gave her
Yeah.
inspiration.
Yaz has one.
Yeah, she just gave me a point of inspiration.
No,
didn't
it's
she?
not a point of inspiration. It's a D6.
Oh, okay, so it is a
inspiration
D6.
die.
It's not a reroll. Okay.
Yeah,
alright,
no,
that's
it's
fine.
that's only DM points of it.
That would be amazing if bards could just give rerolls.
Good
That'd be
lord.
great.
That would be great.
Actually, there's a new Unearthed Arcana feat where halflings can do that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
It's
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Cyrus, your critical fail. So you swing at Clarg, and Clarg goes, Clarg don't like being hit. And he just like swats your flail out of your hand.
Alright, where's it go?
It lands in the town of Phandelver.
Alright, cool.
No, he just swats, it like lands next to you. You'll be able to just pick it up
Alright.
your next turn.
What kind of action would that be?
It'll just use half your movement.
Okay.
It's just a simple little way of saying you missed, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
good. No super negative consequences. If you were closer to Gersh, I would have had you hit him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Only
Like,
because
don't
he-
hit people.
Only
Hit
because
friends.
he's done it to you twice. Of course, you doing it to him actually knocks him unconscious or something, and it would be like the ultimate
that's
like
true.
retribution.
Or
All
I
right.
just get maximized damage and one shot him.
Valentine, you hear growling behind you, and leaping out from behind the like the provisions and everything that are there
Was it hiding in a box?
is a wolf. And it just like, oh my god, I can't select this token. Just stop. Just let me select it, please. Just let me do it. Okay,
Nope.
there we
You
go.
can't have it. You can't have it. Nope.
Hey, goes
Let's see. Against a creature is one of its wolf allies within 5 feet.
Hack tactics, yo.
Yep.
I don't think it has a wolf ally. It has an ally, but
It,
a wolf
it doesn't
ally?
say one of the wolf's
say.
allies.
Oh, okay.
Clarg is an
Grunge.
ally. Yeah.
Clarg, not Grunge.
So it will attack with
I
advantage.
keep talking about the fucking god of orcs, Grunge.
Never whisper. Hang on, let me turn that off so you guys can see what I roll. So there's a 13 hit Valentine.
Nope.
Okay. Then actually, he launches out at you, kind of like maybe even scaring you a little bit, and he kind of lands and just reaches out to bite you, and like you kind of shift your leg to the side, and he just chomps at the air. Gersh, the world
Alright,
is
take another swing at Clarg.
the world is going gray as you slowly bleed out.
Another reckless attack.
Good luck, sir.
I just want a crit. That's all I want.
When barbarians crit.
14. 14 does not hit.
That's the exact same thing I rolled last time.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? So, yeah, he just kind of deflects it aside. Clark is going to swing at Osiris because he's the last person to kind of get there. 21 hits, I know,
Ouch. Yeah.
for 14 damage. So he
I'm
just brings his
unconscious.
Morningstar across and crashes into you.
I'm unconscious.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
shit.
doesn't that just drop him? Sir, we don't have that many hit points.
Remember, I didn't make this module, so
I get the feeling it was not for level 1s.
it is for level
It's
1.
supposedly for level 1.
It absolutely.
Don't believe it.
2d8.
But
He,
you're supposed to take a long rest and have a healer.
so the reason he does more damage is because he has Brute, which is a melee weapon, deals 1 extra die of damage when the bugbear hits with it, included in the attack already.
Why do these monsters get such better feats in the PCs?
Because they're monsters.
Because there's more PCs generally than monsters. There's a lot of monsters on the board right now, though.
Yes. Ugaha. What are you going to do?
We totally have a healer. Yaz is a great healer.
Yeah, if she has more than 2 spell slots and didn't use them both in the first fight because she thought, oh, we'll take a long
Oh, there we
rest.
go.
We've been traveling a while.
Hopefully my first one kills him.
Magic, so help me God, if you kill me.
My first party wipe is going to be using a wizard's module. That's going to be weird.
I ripped out his throat.
Yeah, so you rip his throat out, and it just falls there in a heap.
Now go get the puppy.
I'd like to throw the, as my second action, I'd like to throw the ripped out throat at the other goblins.
It just it splatters on the wall, and blood gets in their eyes a little bit, and they just kind of and they just
And
begin.
then I hiss at them.
Yeah, they hiss back. Valentine.
This is louder.
I'm gonna attack Glarg.
Go ahead, sir.
Where's it at? There we go.
Hits.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
Don't even roll the sneak attack. So how do you end Clark as he just takes out Osiris?
Want to tap him on the shoulder to make him turn around, and then stick the rapier right through him.
And he just,
Right up his butt.
Clark, eat, and he just, and then he just his eyes kind of roll up as he just obliterated his heart, and he just kind of falls at the end of your rapier and collapses into the ground.
That was for Osiris.
That's 2 different games now. Someone has yelled that. Ysera, what are you gonna do?
Okay. So now that Clark's dead, she's gonna rush forward. Oh,
Jesus.
if I can get. And I'm gonna try and stabilize Osiris. Okay, here we go.
What are you blowing on? Oh,
Yes.
look at that.
Nice.
Osiris is stabilized, though he is
Sorry,
still
come up with one
unconscious.
hit point? Damn.
Yeah.
'Cause
Wait.
Really
Even with
wanted
a
to come
crit?
up with 1 hit point.
All right, you know what? Yes. Even because it's a crit, you have 1 hit point. You are awake.
Baller.
What did you do to stabilize him, though? Just punch him in the chest, or
Breathe,
I
damn
mean-
it, shoves bees in the
you pulled his ribs back in place with your hand,
Did you hold his nose closed until he woke up?
sternum rub? Just
So
Back
she has
massage.
this bag full of extra clothes, and she just pulls one of them out and begins to do her best to staunch some of the bleeding, because he's unconscious. He's not actually dead.
right.
So.
So you stopped the bleeding long enough for
and then she kind of taps his cheek. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Ugh, I'm awake.
Like a cat, just.
Are
Get
you
up.
hungry?
Get up, I'm hungry. Get up, feed me.
Go outside.
So this halfling just wakes up Osiris just by staunching his bleeding and tapping him on the cheek. What?
Wake
Quite
up.
the touch. Is there anything else you want to do, Yas? Or is that your turn?
I guess I'll I guess I'll inspire Gersh.
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 Yeah. Beat up that puppy in the window.
Beat up the puppy in the window. Ah, best inspiration ever.
Sure hope that puppy fails. Beat up that puppy in the window.
Oh man,
Yeah,
you are inspired.
What can I use the inspiration dice on?
Attack rolls and like I think
ability
saving throws
checks,
and ability
skill
checks.
It's everything but saving throws, isn't it?
I thought it was. saving
No,
throws.
you can use it on saving throws. You just
Oh,
can't use it
wow.
on damage.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Unless you're a warbard.
Okay. Cool. So Cyrus, you are at 1 hit point. I will give you your 1 hit point because you haven't done it.
Oh, right, I forgot.
At that point, the goblins begin to run, seeing their leader.
That's right. You better run.
So one he hugs the wall, and he goes his 25 feet to here. This one just jumps down the chute and disappears down the chute. You guys hear a crash of a sound of rocks. Hang on. Jesus, he almost killed himself. He hits the ground and he begins to. Let me do them. Hang on. I gotta do how far he can get. He hits the ground there, and he's not gonna go very far. Okay. But Osiris, what are you gonna do? You just woke up.
Stand up. Half movement, stand up, pull a javelin, toss it at this some bitch.
All right, roll it up.
Javelin. Oh.
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Your javelin just sails into the water.
Okay. I am almost dead, so.
It's fair.
Can I spend the rest of my movement, pick up my flail?
Yep, you're able to get your weapon back. Cool. Ripper, the wolf, is even more angry than he was previously. But none of his allies are there, so he no longer has advantage. So he's going to lash out at Valentine for killing his friend. 7 does not hit you, though.
Nope.
Gersh.
He hears a strange voice in his head that's telling him to kill the puppy.
No, not the puppy.
I mean, it's not in your head. She's singing it out loud.
Shh, in his head. Reckless attack. And I'm going to add the
Yep.
D4 to this because I can.
You killed the puppy already.
I don't care.
A 1!
I'm using
You rolled the
same
1.
advantage.
So yes, you just cleave this puppy
Number of ones.
with this great axe, and it just lets out this doggy, when you step on a dog's paw on accident, just as it just dies. Ripper is no more.
It's a D6, by the way, but
Clark is already dead. Ugaha, are you going to do anything? Or actually, I should say, Gersh, did you want to move at all more than you did? You did notice one jumped down the chimney chute and one is running out of the room.
Sure, he'll move towards one of the ones that's running out of the room.
Okay,
Move up to there.
perfect. Ugaha. Now it is your turn.
The one that jumped down the chimney, was it male or female?
They were all male.
I need to kill them. I will jump down the chute as well.
Okay, are you going to climb down or jump down?
You're gonna kill yourself.
Well, I'm gonna climb down.
Okay,
Or
then
slide down or whatever.
roll a strength check. Acrobatics? Or, wait, athletics.
It'd be acrobatics to crime, I think.
Whatever one the strength one is.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Okay.
you're able to slide down and then able to plop yourself down, and you see the goblin, both of his legs appear to be broken, and he's, trying to, stand up and,
are the
Get
wolves
out.
eating him?
I like to feed him to the wolves.
Oh, did you move through that? Oh, no way. I didn't think you could do that. So what are you gonna do with him?
Feed him to the wolves.
Well, he's still alive, and the wolves are still gnawing on the other goblin. So how are you gonna do this?
I am going to stomp on his throat and then whistle to the dogs.
He only has one hit point left. For the sake of speeding things up, I'm gonna let you just okay. You step on him, then you whistle to the dogs, and like I assume you kick him a little bit closer, and the dogs just like jump on him and start eating him. The dogs are very happy. If nothing else, Valentine, what are you gonna do?
Move up here and then take a stab at him.
7 does not hit.
The only time I roll though.
Ysera.
I guess she'll viciously mock that one. Just be like, yeah, you better run. You better. You better. Jerk.
You jerk. Oh, I just realized I messed something up, didn't I? Wasn't Clark supposed to have disadvantage when he hit Osiris?
How do you?
Why?
Yes.
Because he has vicious mocked him, didn't he?
Yeah, and he failed his wisdom.
Did I roll it with disadvantage? Where is the
I
stupid
think
roll?
you did. It was 21-14. It would not have hit.
Yeah. I like that for some reason that just popped back into my head. I can't find the rolls though.
It's up a little bit. It's a
Oh yeah, there it is.
21.
King roll 6 and 4 on the wisdom save, and then where's the morning star? 21 and 14. So actually, yeah, you never should have went down. So I guess put yourself back at whatever hit 13. Yeah.
Or I was at 12 because I took 1 damage.
Okay, yeah, put yourself at 12.
All right.
Fucking,
That would have
one crit is not necessary.
For some reason that just went back into my head. I'm like, oh my god, no, wait, I don't want you to be without all these hit points for no reason. And then I know, Yaz, you still took a turn even with the medicine check, didn't you? You still vicious mocked something, didn't you?
No.
Or no?
I.
That
gave
was your
inspiration.
turn. Oh, you gave inspiration. Okay, so you still had a
Yeah.
turn then. Okay, sorry. I wanted to go back and make sure everything was okay with that stuff. Okay, so this goblin here though avoids your vicious mocker. He still takes damage though, doesn't he?
No, it takes no damage.
Oh, is it no damage?
Yeah, it's no damage.
Okay.
Because if it doesn't succeed, then it takes the damage.
Then
and
it takes the damage.
disadvantage.
Okay.
That's
So
why I
this
can't-
time
That's
it
why
avoids.
it's a cantrip. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Even though other cantrips do like 1d8s.
Yeah, but it's a bard cantrip.
Yeah, the
Fair.
disadvantage thing's pretty cool. So it's gonna run away. So
I mean, that's what I told it to do.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, that's how. Doesn't it? Don't they get attacks of
Yeah,
opportunity
they get
though?
attacks of opportunity.
yes, they do. Has to be melee though, no spells or ranged.
That's fine.
So each of you can roll an attack. 12 misses. Gersh.
Mac,
Oh, sorry.
you get an attack of op.
Yay. And I'm still recklessly
Reckless thing.
thingy.
Recklessly attacking. Recklessly.
Yay, I finally hit.
Oh god. You actually, as it's trying to get away, Valentine's reaches out with his rapier and just plunges into the air. And you take a big lunging step forward. He did roll a 1 again. And you actually end this this goblin with a big reach of your great axe. Ending combat.
Yay.
Yay, indeed. So you guys survived. Congrats.
Do we get XP for it?
You're super quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, why
I'm
are you
going
so quiet?
to-
How about now?
There you
There
are.
you go.
Welcome back.
I'm going to take a knee and pray to Bahamut.
And you're gonna thank him for your GM remembering.
And if you don't mind, I have a little thing here.
Go ahead.
Lord of the Wind, give me strength. And I'm going to be saying this aloud to all my friends. Lord of the Wind, give us strength, for we are not strong enough to stand against the evil around us. On our own, we will stumble in time and be crushed under the tides of darkness that flood around us. We need your help to save us from the shadows of the world and from ourselves. Because even as we put our swords against the foes of the people, and even though our shields guard us or guard the defenseless from evil claws, in time we could become exactly what we seek to abolish. So, Father, give us strength. And that is my prayer to Bahamut.
You feel better knowing that Bahamut is looking down on you with favor.
Father.
So everyone hears this prayer and apparently sits in silence. What do you guys want to do? Some of you probably saw Uha jump down a chimney shaft. But the rest of you guys just hear like the crashing of the water, and that's basically it. You don't hear much else.
I'm gonna
Let
start
me.
looking for people.
Yeah.
Humans
Let's see.
/ stuff.
I'll
'Cause
go
There's a
look
whole
at
bunch
this
of stuff in this room.
Let's see. Oh yeah, this is in.
There you go.
Nice roll.
The only time I get a crit.
At least it's useful. My crit didn't do anything because he wasn't actually unconscious.
You know what? I don't want to hear it. I've rolled like 8 ones this session.
Okay, so I'm just reading through
Gersh,
things.
Gersh looks very tired and is panting heavily and has several arrows still sticking out of him.
We hear
he
you
doesn't-
preach, but we can't do anything about it.
Okay.
But he doesn't really notice though, so he's just gonna come over here and I guess help you guys out with whatever you're doing.
So Valentine's able to deduce everything in this room with his roll. As you, I'm sure either whether he points it out to you guys is up to you. But the you very quickly realize that the sacks and crates are all looted provisions that are piled up in this little area, this cove. Clearly, that the goblins have been looting these things from shipments and companies that are traveling along the path, most likely to the town of Phandelver. Let's see. You will definitely need a wagon to transport them in order to get them back to where they need to be. It looks like they have the same. I believe this is the case. It looks like they have the same kind of logos and stamps on the crates and the boxes that you guys are currently transporting. Let's see. In addition to these stolen provisions, you guys come across a treasure chest. It is Clark's treasure chest. Inside that chest, you find 600 copper pieces, 110 silver pieces, 2 potions of healing, and a jade statuette of a frog with tiny golden orbs for eyes. The frog statuette is small enough to fit in a pocket or a pouch.
You said 400 silver?
600 copper, 110 silver. I can just copy it all. Hang on a second. Copy. Paste. There you go.
So yeah, those potions of healing should probably go to people.
I mean, that or you can just dump them out on the floor, you know? Why not?
Especially, well, I mean, like, to use right now, not to hold on to.
Oh, yeah, I would think so.
I'm actually for dumping them on the floor.
I think Ugaha could use one wherever he went.
Ugaha is missing currently.
Speaking of Ugaha, here, boy, where'd you go?
Can I even hear her?
At this
far
point,
away?
no. You can't hear anything at all. Someone's
That's weird.
splitting the
Statuette
party.
with a frog.
Oh, God damn it! Is he doing a Damien?
He's pulling a Damien.
Oh,
God
bitch.
damn it. Thought we got away from Damien.
Well, now you got me.
Somewhere Damien
We're
holds a
gonna
fist
tell
in the
him.
air,
We're
like,
gonna tell
proud.
him, Twiggy.
Oh, man.
Oh, Rogue, what do you want me to do?
So did Valentine keep everything?
No, he just wanted the statue.
Okay, so you pocket the statue. You rest of you guys can divide up the copper and silver.
It's 100 copper to a silver, right?
Yes.
I think it's 10 copper to a silver and then 10
Oh.
silver to a gold, so it's 17 gold total.
I thought it was 100.
I could be wrong.
I think I'm wrong. I think people have asked me that question before, and I was wrong previously as well. So actually, I don't
Let me
know.
look
I
up
can't even
money.
find it. Yeah, player's handbook. What would that be under wealth? Oh, there it is. Yep. Sorry. Oh no, it's 100 copper. Nope, 100 copper is a gold. 10 silver. 10 copper is a silver. So that's
Yeah, it's 10,
11.
10 silver is a
Yeah.
gold. Oh, wait. No. Yeah.
yes.
100 copper is a gold. 10 silver is a gold. 2
So-
whatever EP
Is gold.
is a gold.
Yeah.
And 1 to 1 is gold.
Yeah, no one uses Electrium.
So that's 6
So
gold,
it's-
11 silver. Right?
Or
Uh,
Electrum.
Well, if you put it all in the
Well-
gold, it's 6 gold, 7 gold, and 10 silver. Nope, I can't do math. You figure it
should
out.
be 17 total.
Yeah,
17
17. There we
gold.
go. I can't do it. Jeez, oh, Pete's. Make it dollars.
At least it's not the Harry Potter money system.
So there are 5 of you. You guys can figure out. I mean, you all could probably take 100 copper. 110 divides up evenly.
I mean, Gersh is basically going to sit down, not even looking at the gear, and just start pulling arrows out of him.
We each get 3 gold and 6 silver.
But apply it as copper and silver. There are no gold pieces.
Oh.
No, that's stupid. Jesus.
Making
What?
this difficult
I can't be difficult for the first time as a DM.
How many people do we have? 6? 5?
There's 22 silver and 110 copper each.
There you go. So the 110 silver divides up even.
Alright, no, 120 copper, my bad.
Yeah, 120 cop.
Actually, it all divides up even.
120 copper, 22 silver.
Question is, do I get any of it?
Well, mark down
We're
that.
saving it for
Mark
you.
down so you know what to give him if you guys are giving it to him.
Are we ending here soon? Because we're running kind of late.
Yep, I was actually waiting for you guys to get done doing all this, and then I was gonna
Alright, sounds good.
kind of end it off. But I guess I'll do that right now since that's what you guys are asking me. Also, to Lewis Kane, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Thanks for the follow. But you guys, I assume you guys are also going to try and rest here, or no?
No, I would suggest we get back to the cart, then rest.
Okay.
Well, aren't we gonna look for the humans?
Well, yeah, we're gonna look first.
Wasn't
but
that
we're
the
not
point?
resting here.
No, they'll be fine.
They're obviously fine. Okay, so
We have to find the little shit.
Uga is missing. But at this point, we will end the session with the sound of the waterfall in the distance. Ukaha, well, we'll talk about what you're doing over there next session. But yes, so that is where we'll end the session. I hope you guys had fun with that. Like I said, I've never DM'd a Wizard of the Coast module before, so
How do you like it?
it's a lot more like paperwork that I'm used to.
Fair
Like
enough.
all the different like stuff that I have to open and close and read through, and some things relate to each other, and some have links and some don't. So, like relying on that part of it, and then like being let down, like the Clark thing wouldn't open. I had to go find it in the list, and then all of a sudden it was a different name. So, but it's cool. It's a lot less like planning on my end. That's for damn sure. So I will say bye to everyone watching on the stream. I will post an event when we pick up the second session of this. So bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.